This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
The 1954 Baseball All-Star Game took place at Cleveland Stadium on Tuesday, July 13th, 1954. The Los Angeles Dodgers had the right for their manager to lead the All-Star team after they won the National League pennant in 1953 under manager Chuck Dressen. But Dressen was pushing the Dodgers owner Walter O'Malley for a long-term contract, and O'Malley wasn't having it. He let the contract expire at the end of 1953 and hired minor league manager Walt Alston to manage the team in 1954. He would manage the Dodgers for another 23 years. The American League All-Stars were managed by Casey Stengel thanks to their victory over the Dodgers in the 1953 World Series, which would be their fifth consecutive championship. This audio recording is from the Musial radio broadcast featuring announcers Al Helfer and Jimmy Dudley.
Quickly we'll get to the lineup of today's great game. These are the men who will start the game. Men chosen by you fans of America. After the first three innings, the managers will be free to call upon whom they like. Here is the starting lineup and the batting order for the National League team. At second base, number 2, Granny Hamner of the Philadelphia Phils. Number 19, at shortstop, Alvin Dark, great shortstop of the New York Giants. In center field, number 4, Duke Snider, one of the stars of other All-Star games, the great player of the Brooklyn Dodgers, in center field. In right field, number 6, Dan Musial. As far as seniority is concerned, he is the All-Star of all All-Stars, playing on his 11th All-Star team. And he has been in the box score of all of the previous 10. Truly one of the game's great stars. At first base, number 18, Ted Krzyzewski, powerful Ted of the Cincinnati Redlegs. At third base, Jablonski. Left field, Jackie Robinson, catching Roy Campanella and pitching Robin Roberts. The American League. And in left field, Minnie Minoso. Second base, Bobby Avila. Center field, Mickey Mantle. Catcher, Yogi Berra. First base, Al Rosen. More of the lineup later. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. These fans now settle back in their seats, ready for the keen competition coming this afternoon. We gave you Al Rosen at first base. At third base, batting in the number 6 spot, is Ray Boone. In right field, Hank Bauer. Shortstop, Chico Carousel, and pitching Whitey Ford of the New York Yankees. The American Leaguers have already taken the playing field. This ball game will be getting underway shortly. Right now, we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System. WG. An off-hand catch at Cleveland Huge Municipal Stadium, the scene of this afternoon's All-Star Game. And ready to get underway is Whitey Ford, ready to pitch to the leadoff batter, stepping into the batter's box. And here, off to the right, is one of America's top broadcasters, ready to bring you the play-by-play. Mutual's Big Al Helfer. Al, come in.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready for the start of the 21st Annual All-Star Game. It's Whitey Ford, who has won 7 this year, lost 6, has pitched 2 shutouts, including a 2-hitter over the Chicago White Sox. Is about ready to make his first pitch to Granville Hamner, the fine second baseman of the Philadelphia Phillies, who has been chosen here this afternoon by you fans to lead off for the National League Ball Club, who has won just 8 of the 20 ball games that have been played between these two teams as the Midsummer Classic. Granville Hamner, who is batting at .323, is the number 8 hitter at this moment in the National League. Granville Hamner to be followed by shortstop Alvin Dark, and then by center fielder Duke Snider. If there is a change in the lineup, it has been a last-second change. So we'll check the lineup as we go along. It's given by Jim Dudley. However, at this particular time, they seem to be absolutely authentic. Ed Rummel of the American League handling the balls and strikes behind the plate here in the first 4.5 innings. He'll switch with Bill Stewart, who is the man in blue down behind third. He's the National League umpire. Now we'll set the American League for you defensively. Whitey Ford on the mound, the New York boy. His battery mate is Yogi Berra. And the first pitch now to Granville Hamner is a fastball that is bunted down the first baseline foul. Granville Hamner trying to bunt his way on. Pops foul down the first baseline for strike one. So the 21st annual All-Star Game, the second one to be played here in the city of Cleveland, is underway. Now around the infield for the American League. Cleveland's fine competitor, Al Rosen, at first base. His running mate, Bobby Avila, at second. At shortstop, Chico Carrasquel, one of the fancy fielding shortstops of the business. At third base, Ray Boone, who comes back to Cleveland here in sort of a triumphant role. Out in left field, Minnie Minoso of the Chicago White Sox. There is the pitch to the plate now. Fastball taken high and outside. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike here on the leadoff man, Granville Hamner, who is making his appearance in his third All-Star game. The rest of the outfield defensively for the American League. In center this afternoon is Mickey Mantle, and in right is Hank Bauer, both of the New York Yankees. The pitch to play the big hook, a curveball up to the face. That runs the count to 2 balls and 1 strike to Hamner. Granville Hamner, who was born in Richmond, Virginia, now makes his home in Clearwater, Florida. 5'11", 160 pounds. One of the spark plugs on that Philadelphia infield in the National League. Stands just off the plate with his feet wide spread apart in a straightaway stance for the pitcher. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on him as Whitey Ford is ready to bend the next one in. He deals it off. The fastball swung on and hammered out into right field. Getting under to Hank Bauer. He waits for it to come down and makes the catch. So we have out number 1 here in the top half of the 8th inning. Now comes Alvin Dark, the captain of the New York Giants, and batting number 2 here for the National League. Alvin Dark, who got so many telegrams from his friends down in Lake Charles, Louisiana, that they had to wheel him out to him in a wheelbarrow. How about that? He comes from Lake Charles, Louisiana now, born in Comanche, Oklahoma. A right-handed hitter batting at 293, making his third appearance in the All-Star game. Ford delivers him a let-up curveball that hits foul off the third base line for strike 1. Coaching down at first base for the All-Stars is Charlie Grimm, very amiable manager of the Milwaukee Braves, and the currently leading manager of the National League. Leo DeRocher is doing his work down behind third for Walter Austin, who is running the ball club from the bench. Now ready for the next pitch on the old Bayou Tiger. No balls, 1 strike to count on right-handed batting Alvin Dark. In comes the pitch. Dark takes it high off the face. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Alvin Dark to be followed by Duke Snider, the National League's number 1 hitter. That is percentage-wise. Duke's up there in a lot of things, too. He can really go. The men who have been assigned here, the umpires, the men in blue. They'll be given you in just a moment. The Ford pitch is a let-up curve that's high for ball 2, and the count is 2-1 now on Alvin Dark. Ed Rummel is working to plate the first 4.5 games. At first base is the National League's veteran umpire, Lee Ballantyne. Joe Paparella of the American League at second, and Bill Stewart is down at third. He's the National League umpire. Jim Hornacek and Tom Drummond on the line. There's Dark swings on the next pitch and hits a high pop-up into short left field. Going out forward behind third base is shortstop Carrasquel. Makes the catch, and we have out number 2. Coming up now is Duke Snider. That's Duke Snider wearing number 4, standing into the plate right now, kicking dirt, getting ready to go. Yogi Berra, the American League catcher, is about to get down in the crouch pump sign. Duke Snider, the number 1 hitter in the National League, with a percentage of .367. .367. Duke is 5th this year in the National League and runs batted in with 70. Ford pumps with 2 down, pitches a curve. It snuffs off low and outside to Duke Snider, a left-hand hitter. That's ball 1. Duke Snider making his 5th appearance in the All-Star Classic. Boone playing a rather shallow third base. Outfield stand around the right, playing deep. Big curveball to Snider, swung on. There's a high fly ball hit down the left field line. Minoso has to hurry as he comes over near the foul line in shallow left and makes the catch. Out number 3. So Duke Snider pops up to Minnie Minoso on the field, and that's the third out here in the top of the first inning. And for the National League, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. So the score at the end of the top half of the first inning. The score is the National League nothing, the American League nothing. When you face that bathroom mirror these hot mornings, you'll get fresh, wonderfully refreshing shaves if you use the Gillette Super Speed Razor. This great shaving instrument teams up with any good shaving cream to make you look and feel your downright best. The one-piece Gillette razor changes blades instantly. It gives you cool and, as the young fellas say, real cool shaves that look good and feel good. Cleaning is a cinch, too. A quick rinse does the trick. What's more, the Gillette Super Speed is double-edged, so you save money on blades. Get next to the All-Star Gillette shaving team by asking for a Gillette Super Speed razor, complete with dispenser, a super sharp blue blades, and styrene travel case for only $1. Now we step into the last half of the first inning. The scoreless ball game between the National and American Leagues in this Midsummer Classic from Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. The first lineup for the American League Ball Club will be Chicago's Minnie Minoso playing in left field. We'll set the National League for you defensively now as Robin Roberts of Springfield, Illinois, and now living in Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania, takes the mound. Robin Roberts, known as a thoroughly good control pitcher in the National League, is one of the best in the business. This year, Robin Roberts has won 11 ball games, has lost 8. He has pitched 4 shutouts, 2 of which have been one-hitters. He has so far posted a pretty magnificent record as far as the league is concerned. Robin Roberts had a one-hitter against Milwaukee back on the 29th of April in a night game and a one-hitter over Cincinnati at Philadelphia. He pitches to Minoso, hitting right-handed, and it swung on and fouled back into the screen for strike one. Robin Roberts had his Philadelphia one-hitter spoiled by Bobby Adams, the Cincinnati third baseman, when he led off in the top half of the first inning, smacking his first home run of the year. Robin Roberts, the pitcher. His battery mate is Roy Campanella. Now the pitch to Minoso, batting at 313, is swung on. It's high fly ball to straightaway center field. Duke Snider backing up, still going back under it, makes the catch, and we have out number 1. Minnie Minoso, appearing in his 4th All-Star game, is just flied out to center field to Duke Snider, and Bobby Avila comes up. Mexico. Bobby Avila, fine second baseman for the Cleveland Indians, appearing in his 2nd All-Star game. Minoso is the number 2 hitter in the American League percentage-wise at this moment. He's batting at 341. Roberts makes the first pitch to him and says, "Back curve," that wrinkles across under the letters for strike 1 call. Avila stands about 3/4 deep at the plate, keeps his feet pretty much together. Roberts pumps and delivers. What looks like a knocker, and the ball is hit down. He's shortstop and through into left field for a base hit. There's the first base hit in the All-Star game. Roberts gives it up here to right-handed batting Bobby Avila. And on comes the switch hitter, Mickey Mantle from Commerce, Oklahoma. Mickey Mantle is a tremendous favorite around the league. He's batting at 316, hitting 4th in the American League right now, leading in home runs at 18. He's also one of the leaders in the runs batted in. Roberts delivers to him a fastball, and Mickey pounds it right out into center field. This Snider puts the sunglasses, comes on, Ford waits. Avila halfway to second, retreats as the catch is made by Snider in center field for out number 2. Yogi Berra, batting at 291, comes up now. So we're 2 down and 1 on for the American League here in the last half of the first inning. Yogi Berra, the very fine catcher of the New York Yankees, makes his way up to the plate, hitting left-handed. The little fellow we sort of choose to call the ball of fur because of the way he moves around. Leans over the plate. Roberts looks over to Krzyzewski at first and watches the Millers slide away. Then pitches the plate to Berra outside on a half-speed fastball for ball 1. At second base is Granville Hamner defensively. The shortstop is Alvin Dock. At third is the Cardinals' Ray Jablonski. Out in left field for the National League this afternoon is Jackie Robinson. The pitch to the plate is outside and high, and Campanella squares around quickly, thinking maybe Avila, who is very fast on the base side, maybe off and breaking. So the count is ball 2 on Yogi Berra. 2 balls, no strikes. Bill Snider defensively in center field. In right field, Sam the man Musial, the Duke of Gomorrah. A knuckleball swung on, hits foul off the first base line. Krzyzewski gloves it and fires it right back to the mound to pitcher Robinson. So now it is a 2-ball and 1-strike count on Yogi Berra in the last half of the first inning of the scoreless ball game. Only one hit has been produced so far. Avila hit one through the hole between short and third and into left field here in the last half of his first inning after Minoso had flied to center. Mantle then flied to center. And Avila, of course, is still on at first with Krzyzewski on the inside corner. Roberts delivers the plate. Fastball that misses outside to Berra for ball 3. The count now is 3-1 on Yogi Berra. The coaches for the American League. Freddie Hutchinson, the manager of the Detroit Tigers, is coaching at first. And Marty Marion, one of the coaches of the Chicago White Sox, is working out at third base. Now Roberts is ready. Checks his runner over the shoulder. The pitch is made. There's the runner breaking. The pitch is low for ball 4, so Avila can hold up and trot into second as Berra walks. Because he was determined to do so. He's playing today with a stiff finger on his stiff index finger on his right hand. It was broken. Al Rosen, first base, swings on the first pitch and doesn't get it. Just enough to tip it foul, and that's strike one. Al Rosen is tied for the number 5 and number 6 position in the American League as a batsman percentage-wise. At 3-13 with Minnie Minoso, the starting left fielder here this afternoon. Al Rosen, hitting right-handed, stands 3/4 deep at the plate and keeps his feet pretty much together. So the American League here has a threat going in the last half of this first inning as Roberts, who has passed only 24 men in the regular season, walks his first man here to put runners first and second and 2 down. There's the pass crossfire to the plate. It's over to knees to Rosen for strike 2 call. Yogi Berra is on at first. Bobby Avila, after having singled, has been pushed down to second on the walk given to Yogi Berra. The outfield fans around the left and plays pretty deep for Rosen. He's hit 14 home runs in the regular season. Left foot forward to the plate now as Roberts pitches the fastball and misses outside and low with it for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Roberts moves back up to the top of the rubber. Looks down, takes his sign from Roy Campanella. Checks his runner back over his right shoulder. Goes to the bottom of the stretch and delivers a curve. It misses outside and low to Al Rosen to run his count to 2-2. And Campanella calls for time. We'll have to talk to Roberts. The two of them are meeting now in the middle of the diamond. For time called. Campanella, who is struggling with a left hand that seems to be partially paralyzed. Another fellow who's been a great competitor in baseball, Roy Campanella. And everyone here in this park hopes that it's just a scare, and that's all. That his playing career will go on and on. Fastball, hung on the Rosen, lifts the strike 3. Roberts came in with a fast pipe and off the fifth. That's all here in the last half of the first inning as Rosen strikes out, giving Robin Roberts his first strikeout of the ball game, and it's the first one affected by either pitcher. Roberts was struck from 99 out in the regular season, and here in the last half of the first inning for the American League, a threat but no more. No runs, 1 base hit. Bobby Avila singled to left, 1 walk given to Berra, leaves 2 men on. There were no errors. So the score at the end of the first inning, the National League nothing and the American League nothing. Well, quick, comfortable shaves that look swell and make you feel great. Call for shaving cream and an up-to-date one-piece Gillette razor. Well, Mr. Dudley, we've seen quite a first inning here, haven't we, fella?
Absolutely, Al. And when Roy Campanella went out to talk to Robin Roberts, a couple of boys who play on different teams, Campy evidently knew what he was talking about when he wanted Roberts to come in with that fastball on Al Rosen with that count 2-2.
Well, I think we can see a lot of that this afternoon because these catchers keep pretty good books, Jim, and before it's all over, the things that they've cut back in their memories will avail themselves here this afternoon. And well, let's see what happens with Stan Musial, as he'll be the first man up here for the National League team in the top second inning. Appearing in his 11th All-Star Game, Stan the Man Musial, out of St. Louis, was born and raised in the city of Denora, Pennsylvania, on the Monongahela River. Here's one of the nice guys in this trade, a fellow that you're always glad to see. Keeps his feet pretty much together, bats in that very severe crouch. Down, gets himself wiggled into position. Whitey Ford ready now, delivers to him. A big curveball that's snapped off low and outside for ball 1. Stan Musial is tied with his teammate Red Shane from St. Louis as the number 5 and 6 hitter percentage-wise in the National League as of this moment. Musial batting at .331 has a total of 26 home runs and leads everybody in the major leagues with 82 runs batted in. no wonder they pitch to him carefully. And Ford is doing just that. An overhand curve. Musial swings on. There's a line drive to right field. Coming up is Power. And he drops the ball. Musial goes to first base. Power throws in. And it's a single for Stan the Man. There's the rifle shot by Musial into right field. Power had to come up fast. Ford couldn't catch it off his shoe top. Had to trap it. So Ford has given up his first hit. Here is Ted Krzyzewski from Cincinnati. Big Ted Krzyzewski, who now makes his home in the city of Cincinnati, was born in Argo, Illinois. Big left-hand hitter. Batting at .312. Pitch to him is a fastball that misses just outside, about shoulder high. Ball one on Big Ted. So Stan Musial leads off here in the top of the second inning, giving the National League their first advantage. He's on at first with nobody down. Rosen on the inside corner at first. Ford pitches the plate. Suzuki swings. There's a bounding ball to second. Up with Zavila. Plays it to second for one out. The third to first. Double play. Ted Krzyzewski hitting into a fast double play from Bobby Avila to Chico Carrascal and over to first base to Flip Rosen. That's the first swing killing in the ball game. Chuck it up for the American League. Here comes Ray Jablonski, the number 9 hitter in the National League, batting at .322. Twin killing breaks the back of any threat the National League might have had in the backs of their heads right now. And with the bases empty, 2 down, Jablonski batting at .322. Takes the first pitch for ball one. Ray keeps his feet pretty much together. Sort of crouches slightly, bends at the knees. Stands about midway in batter's box. Ford throws him a curve and it's swung on. There's a cross cover to short. Carrascal in front of it, picks up, hurries his throw to first base to Rosen in time, and Jablonski is out. So very quickly, the National League is put out here in the top half of the second inning. And for the National League, no runs, there was 1 base hit, there were no errors, and nobody was left on. So at the end of 1 1/2 innings of play, the 21st Annual All-Star Game from Cleveland, the score is the National League nothing, the American League nothing. Years back, Ray Boone sadly left the city of Cleveland because he'd been traded over to Detroit. He became a very fine third baseman for the Tigers, and he's making his appearance for the first time in the All-Star Game, hitting right-handed. He's been chosen by you fans for his stellar work at the hot corner for Detroit. First pitch to him is low for ball one. Ray Boone hitting right-handed, batting at .303, the number 10 hitter in the American League. The curveball to him is low and outside for ball two. Ray Boone, number 6 in the order here this afternoon, up for his first at-bat of the day as we step into the last half of the second inning here from Cleveland. Robin Roberts on the mound for the National League. Starts his motion, twists, kicks and throws. The sweeper that misses outside, and Roberts, who is usually very sharp on control, has gotten behind Ray Boone. A count of 3-0. Ray Boone from San Diego, California, leans over the plate as Roberts pitches him a curve that's over for strike. Just a little wrinkle, not too much. Now the count of 3-1. This guy Boone can cut that long ball for you. In the way of home runs this year, Ray Boone has weighed in with 14. Roberts tries fastball on him, swung on a miss for strike. Boone had his sight set on the fence 365 feet away from home plate. It's 320 feet down the left and right field foul lines here at Cleveland. Very fine ballpark, 365 to right and left center, and straightaway center 410 feet. There's a lot of playing field here, and it's very well kept. Now the 3-2 pitch to Boone. In the whistles, fastball swung on by Boone. There's a high pop-up right behind first base. Ted Krzyzewski going back for it, and in foul going back up to make the catch. For the moment, Ted Krzyzewski thought that Granny Hamner was chasing in behind him and sort of gave up on the ball. And then had to lunge after it. But he made the catch for out number 1. And here's Hank Bauer, the right fielder of the New York Yankees, playing right field this afternoon for the American League. Hank Bauer is the number 9 hitter in the American League with a percentage of .306. He's a right-handed hitter. Stepping up to the plate right now. Hank Bauer from East St. Louis, Illinois. That's where he was born. Swings on the first pitch. There's a line drive shot into left field for a base hit. Oh, Hank Bauer's on with 1 out here in the last half of the second inning. Both hits have gone to left field. That is the second hit given up by Roberts. And the batter coming up is Chico Carrasquel. Here's the guy they say is the pet and pride of Caracas, Venezuela. One of the fine fielding shortstops for the business. Chico Carrasquel hitting right-handed, batting at .263, appearing in his third All-Star game. Right-handed batter standing deep at the plate, sees pretty much at mark, straightaway stance to the pitcher. Jablonski playing a shallow third as the first pitch is made over. Off the hands on the inside corner for strike one call. One out, one on here in the last half of the second inning. The outfield playing slightly around the left. Robinson playing a deep left field. Now Roberts checks his runner, whistles the pitch into the plate and swung on. Popped right out of the middle of Campanella as Carrasquel cuts just enough of it to tip it foul. So the count on Chico Carrasquel is no balls and 2 strikes. There is one out. There is one on in the last half of inning number 2 in a scoreless ball game. The 21st annual All-Star Classic from Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. Being sent your way with the very best wishes of the Gillette Safety Razor Company. Now the 0-2 pitch here to Carrasquel. A fastball that shades off outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In case you tuned in late with us, it's Robin Roberts on the mound. The regular season he's won 11 and has lost 8, pitched 4 shutouts, 2 one-hitters. Delivers, Carrasquel swings in a big change-up curve and doesn't get it. That's strike 3. So that's the second strikeout for Mr. Roberts here this afternoon. Coming up to the plate now will be Whitey Ford. He was sort of a surprise starter in a way. Whitey, the New York boy, coming up to the plate, getting a round of applause from folks. Whitey has won 7 and lost 6 this year. Has pitched 2 shutouts. Has pitched 1 2-hitter. Pitched over the Chicago White Sox. Whitey Ford choking up on the bat, hitting left-handed. Takes the Roberts fastball outside and high for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Jablonski comes in shallow at third base, play almost up on the rim of the infield grass. The outfield straight away and not too deep. The right side of the infield deep. And they're plugging the hole between first and second. Pitch to the plate, swung on, a miss for strike 1. Whitey Ford up at the plate with 2 down and 1 on in the last half of the second inning. Neither team has been able to score. Roberts has been hit twice. 2 singles to left field. And starting pitcher Ford has been hit for just 1. Musial singled in the second inning to right. Pitch to the plate to Ford is over nicely at the knees for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Ford. Parks that bat up on his left shoulder and waits for Roberts to go through his shenanigans at the mound. Now Roberts is ready. Again a glance over at first base over his left shoulder, watching Hank Bauer stride away. In comes the pitch. Ford swings, hits late, and grounds it foul down the third base line. That bounces over the roller canvas and back into the crowd. And somebody goes home happily with a souvenir. Roberts gets a new ball, mops the perspiration from his brow, settles his cap back down, gets his hands all dried off on his uniform. Campanella stays down in the crowd, pumps the sign, pops the middle as a target. Here's the 1-2 delivery. A let-up curve outside to Whitey Ford for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hank Bauer ready to fly on anything down at first base. It was he who singled to left field with 1 down here in the second inning. Then Carrasquel struck out behind him to effect the second out. Ford leaning over the plate very drastically now. Pitch is made to him. It's swung on. There's a slow-bounding ball tapped off to the right of the plate foul. Roberts coming over, picks up. Eddie Rommel, the plate umpire, says he wants to see the ball, looks it over, and then takes it out of play. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Whitey Ford, the number 9 hitter in the American League order, playing his first All-Star game. The blonde guy gets himself set at the plate now, as Roberts straightens out his trouser legs and moves up, takes his station on the rubber. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Ford. Bauer tries to wait from first base. Roberts checks in, then delivers a let-up pitch to the plate. Is taken at the knees for called strike 3. So that's all for Ford. Decides retired here in the last half of the second inning. That's the 3rd strikeout for Robin Roberts. And here in the last half of the second inning for the American League, no runs. There was 1 base hit. Hank Bauer singled to left field. There were no errors, and 1 man, Hank Bauer, left at first base. So the score at the end of 2 full innings of play now is the National League nothing, the American League nothing. In the 3rd inning here, It will be the last third of the National League batting order. Jackie Robinson, the left fielder, followed by Roy Campanella, the catcher, and Robin Roberts, the pitcher. Robin Roberts, incidentally, is the switch hitter. Coming out to the mound now very slowly is Whitey Ford. Moving on out to pitcher's mound. We'll set the American League for you defensively now as we get ready for the top half of the third inning. It's Ford on the mound with a record of 7 wins and 6 losses in the regular season, making his first appearance in the All-Star Game. His battery mate is Yogi Berra. Berra has appeared in 7 All-Star games. That is, this is his 7th. At first base is Al Rosen. At second base, Bobby Avila, both of the Cleveland Indians. The shortstop, Chico Carrasquel of the Chicago White Sox. At third is Ray Boone of the Detroit Tigers. Out in left field is Minoso of the White Sox. In center field, Mickey Mantle of the Yankees. And in right field, Hank Bauer of the Yankees. All of these men have been voted by you, the fans of America, to start this ball game here this afternoon. Now, Jackie Robinson, the number 10 hitter in the National League, percentage-wise, batting at .321, stepping up there. Jackie's appearing in his 6th All-Star game. He's up for his first at-bat here this afternoon. Hitting right-handed, standing deep at the plate. Big, powerful guy, can hit that ball a long way for you, although the extra base blow under the home run is more of his specialty. He's hit only 9 home runs this year, batting in 30 runs. For his ball club, he has stolen, however, 6 bases. Robinson hitting right-handed as Ford closing the fastball and fires it right through into the letters for a called strike. Of the starting team here this afternoon, for the National League, they've stolen 23 bases. Pitch to plate is over to Robinson for called strike 2. Fastball, both times by Whitey Ford. Of the home runs hit, 230 by their squad. Of National Leaguers, 116 have been hit by the starting 8 here for the National League. They have the power here this afternoon if the paper figures are used as the mean. Or taking too much time and Robinson back away from the plate on him. It's back up there now and starts to nervously pump that bat. The 0-2 pitch by Whitey Ford. He rears back, deals it off, fastball swung on. There's a high bounder, hit the shortstop. Carrasquel gloves it on a big hop, throws to first. Rosen has it. There's out number 1. Robinson bouncing out from short to first, Carrasquel to Rosen. And we have one down here to top the third inning, and that brings on Roy Campanella. Roy Campanella, who says he's going to go on and play as long as that left hand of his will permit him to do so. Roy hitting right-handed, the big fella. Usually when he has all of his strength, he's one of the toughest guys in the business to pitch to. Ford throws him a hook that's high off the shoulder point for ball 1. Campanella is batting at only .215. However, he has driven in 32 runs for his ball club, has hit 13 home runs, and believe it or not, he has stolen 1 base this year. Ford comes in with a change-up curve, and Campanella fouls it right back to the screen. That bounces right up by the TV cameras over there, where Gene Kelly and Mel Allen are working out. Campanella, who's got a total of 43 innings in the All-Star game, not counting this one. Been around quite a while. He's been quite a figure. 1 ball, 1 strike count to him. 1 out, nobody on, top of the third. No score in the ball game. Cappy opens his stance down toward third, keeps his feet wide spread apart. Ford pumps twice, delivers. A fastball again swung on. This one hits back to the screen, and that may go up over the screen into the crowd. It does. As far as the breeze is concerned here this afternoon, everybody, there just isn't any. All the flags are just limp from the flagpoles. We've got bright, brilliant sunshine and a blue cloudless sky, and it is warm. Real warm. Hats are being used, scorecards, fans. Oh, it's really something. Just the kind of baseball weather you dream about. Now Ford ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Campanella. Fastball high and outside for ball 2. Right now on to station identification time, too. So as soon as we find out what happens with Campanella, we'll be able to pause. Now Ford's ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A curveball thrown on the Campanella and foul tip. Right back into the master plate umpire, Ed Rommel. Ed Rommel himself was quite a major league pitcher. Rommel, the umpire in chief behind the plate. Lee Ballantyne of the National Bell of the American League at second. Bill Stewart of the National League at third. He'll work 3 balls and strikes in the last 4.5 innings. Now for the next 2-2 delivery to Roy Campanella. He decides Ford again is taking too much time, and he backs out just as Robinson did. Right back up to the plate goes Roy, digs in, gets his strikes ground in good. Berra holds the mid up as a target. Ford pumps, delivers 2-2, a curveball swung on to Campanella and hit foul again back to the screen. And bounced off the screen up into the first section. I like the vantage point here at Cleveland. One of the finest broadcasting spots we have along Baseball Row. Jimmy Dudley here over to my left has the advantage of working here for 77 ball games a year. Look right down over the catcher's shoulder. Look right straight up the diamond. The 2-2 pitch. A let-up pitch is outside. The count is 3 balls and 2 strikes on Roy Campanella. 1 out. Nobody on. Top of the 3rd inning. Neither team has been able to score here in the 21st Annual All-Star Game. Being played at Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. Whitey Ford gets ready, goes to the top of the pump and delivers a big curve, and Campanella swings and again fouls it back. Well, one thing for sure, Campanella is giving Whitey Ford quite a workout. The fans are getting quite a buzz out of it here this afternoon. Campanella calling for the batter's rosin bag to dust his hands, his wrists, and dry them off. Strides back up to the plate now. Rocher moving back and forth in the coach's box at third. Charlie Grimm moving back and forth at first. Hasn't been much base traffic this afternoon. 3-2 pitch to Campanella. Fastball. Campy takes it high. There's base traffic. That's ball 4. And before we get to Roberts, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Musial.
This is WGN, the Chicago Tribune station, serving the Middle West.
Roberts is your batter. Big number 36 standing in at the plate there right now. Hitting right-handed. Joking up somewhat on the handle of the bat. He at one time fancied himself as a first baseman when he was going to Michigan State College. Runs up for the first pitch and bunches right back toward the mound. That's Whitey Ford fielding. The pitcher throws to first base in time. And just a moment. The plate umpire, Ed Rommel, says that ball was in foul territory and hit the foot of Robin Roberts, so he's calling the play back as a foul ball. Campanella, who is off and moving on that attempted sacrifice, has come back to first base. And Lee Ballantyne has called him back. Casey Stengel comes out. There he is, standing down at home plate now, talking to Rommel. Rommel's appealing to first base umpire Lee Ballantyne. And Ballantyne is coming down to claim that it was a foul ball. So it'll be strike 1, the count on Robin Roberts. This was a high curveball, and Roberts tried to bunt it, dropped it right down in foul territory off to the left of the plate, and it rolled up toward the mound. Whitey Ford coming off very nimbly like the cap to field it. But it was ruled that it had hit Roberts in foul territory, and thus was a foul ball, as it was cracked down off to the left of the plate anyway. So the count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Robin Roberts. Campanella leads at first. The pitch is made. There is the bunt. This time it's down to third. Boone goes back to second base to Carrasco for the force out on Campanella. Low throw to first. George, an attempted sacrifice that results in the force out. Boone handling very well at third base as he came in charging quickly over toward pitcher's mound. Laying it back to Carrasco, the shortstop, for the force on Roy Campanella. Well, we have the second out here in the top half of the 3rd inning. It's a 5-6 force out on the attempted sacrifice that you're scoring with us this afternoon, and that brings on the top of the batting order Granville Hamler, who flied to right field back in the 1st inning. Started off today hitting at .323. Ford checks his runner at first, delivers the plate. Hamler swings. There's a high pop-up. Hit down shortstop way. Carrasco flips the glasses, gets under it. He's got it. That's all. The National League has been retired here in the top half of inning number 3 on a pop-up by Hamler to shortstop. No runs, no base hits, no errors. 1 man was left off. And at the end of 2 1/2 innings of play in the All-Star Game, the score is the National League nothing, the American League nothing.
Try today's one-piece Gillette for smooth, refreshing shave. You change blades so easily, and a quick rinse cleans your razor. Just ask for the Gillette Super Speed Razor. It's only $1, including blue blade dispenser and styrene travel case. The last half of inning number 3 on the All-Star Game from Cleveland. It's the top of the batting order now for the American League. And we've had a rip snorter so far, Mr. Dudley. That nothing really stands up big, doesn't it?
Well, it's really something to watch. And, of course, this Robin Roberts is again proving why he's one of the game's great pitchers. With those 3 strikeouts, he's only 3 away from the record held by Carl Hubble and Johnny Vandermeer.
Well, I'm glad you injected that because we'll be watching from now on as Minnie Minoso, right-hand hitter, swings on the first pitch, hits the ball out the end of the bat foul down the first baseline for strike 1. Minoso, a .313 hitter at game time, tied for the 5th and 6th slots in the American League with Al Rosen at .313. Fly to center field in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1 here this afternoon. Roberts delivers him a fastball, foul to the screen for strike 2. Outfield stand around the left and playing deep, the left side of the infield playing deep at their position. Jablonski at third, a couple of steps behind third, pulled a step or two to the line. Alvin Dock, the shortstop. In the hole between second and third playing deep. Glenville Hamner back on the rim of the outfield grass in right center. Hits the plate right. That's where they speak of the captain, Minoso, who sits down to take it. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Minnie. He keeps himself loose as ashes, as the boys say in the trade. Keeps himself loose up there, always ready to hop either way. Slightly open stance down towards third base. Sort of crouched on one knee. Looks as though he's about to spring off his right foot. The 1-2 pitch to him. Fastball. It's high off the face for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Minnie Minoso, leading off here in the last half of the 3rd inning for the American League. A scoreless ball game. We've had only 3 hits in the game. 2 for the American League, both singles. 1 single hit for the National League by Stan Musial. Sidearm curve is inside under the chin. That's ball 3 to Minoso. At the middle of the target. The 3-2 pitch, a fastball off the face, high for ball 4. So the 3rd inning is open. Minoso drawing the second base on balls given up by Roberts. And you know there's an old baseball adage that says to walk the first man in an inning is fatal. We've so many times seen that go to the boards and down the drain. The way these pitchers go today. Let's see if that should happen in this case. Bobby Avila, the number 2 hitter in the American League at game time, comes up to the plate. Bobby hitting right-handed. He singled into left field in the first inning, getting the first hit of the ball game. Minoso, who can fly, is on at first. Krzyzewski holds against him. The pitch is made and swung on. There's a high pop foul coming right back here. Look out, Paul. Right back here to our broadcasting booth. We always like to call out to the fellows that are in the booth with us when a foul ball comes back because quite often that fellow will be a little busy working over some statistics or something, and, well, if he doesn't see it, he's liable to get hurt. So we try to keep each other advised as to whether or not foul balls are coming back this way. So if you'll hear either Jimmy or me shout out to one of our working compatriots here, that's the reason for it. Now the 0-1 pitch to Bobby Avila. There goes Minoso. The pitch is made, swung on. There's a line drive hit foul down the first base line. Boy, Minoso had a good jump there at first base. He was off and going. He's got to come all the way back. Casey Stengel had the boys playing hit and run. And this Minoso can go, as we told you. We'd have to watch him. Roberts pitched, but he was gone before Roberts had thrown that ball. The count on Bobby Avila is no balls and 2 strikes. Krzyzewski again holds the intact corner on Minoso. He may be going again. Roberts goes to the top of the stretch, hesitates, checks his runner, delivers. Minoso holds the pitches. Hold on, there's a line drive to left field. Avila singles. Robinson comes up with the ball, plays it back into Alvin Dock. Minoso holds it second. The second straight base hit for Bobby Avila. Oh, the American League now has runners at first and second as Roberts stops up his 3rd hit of the afternoon. back into the winning ways in the All-Star Game. Have a quick run here. And let's see if we're going to have any action down in the bullpen. Yep, sure enough, Johnny Antonelli, the left-hander from the New York Giants, is down in the bullpen throwing for the National League. Johnny Antonelli. He's had quite a record this year, too, Mr. Antonelli. Hitting left-handed is Mickey Mantle. The fellow's always a threat. He flied to center field in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Runners taking their lead. Down comes the pitch to Mantle. It's outside and high for ball 1. Jablonski crawls up shallow at third base, expecting Mantle maybe trying to drop a bunt down the third base line and thereby get on below the bases. The right side playing deep. The outfield slightly shaded to right, playing very deep. The pitch, a fastball, fired right through at the waist for a called strike. Mantle standing deep at the plate, hitting left-handed. Against the right-handed pitching to Roberts. For the American League, Tendelio Consuegra is down in the bullpen warming up for them. Now Roberts to the top of the stretch. Checks his runners, delivers, Mantle swings, and doesn't get a high curveball. Boy, that Mantle was really trying to pour the pie into that one. Well, the American League has them on here, first and second. Nobody out last half of the third. This is the golden opportunity so far. Mantle's counts 1 ball and 2 strikes. He leans over the plate now. Roberts checks his runner. Delivers the plate. Fastball. Swung on. That's for strike 3. And Mantle's out of there. Strikeout number 4 for Robin Roberts. Now he has to pitch to Yogi Berra, who is always a tough man. This guy, Yogi Berra, is known around the trade as one of the best fastball hitters in the business. Of the American League pitchers one time, not so long ago. I said, what do you pitch, Yogi Berra? It doesn't make any difference. He'll swing at whatever he thinks at that moment looks good to him. The unpredictable Yogi walked in the first inning, so he's coming up for his first official at that now. Left-hand hitter, runners first and second. 1 out, last of the third, no score. The pitch is a fastball outside by shade to Berra for ball 1. Taking their lead. Down comes the pitch to Mantle. It's outside and high for ball 1. Jablonski crawls up shallow at third base, expecting Mantle maybe trying to drop a bunt down the third base line and thereby get on below the bases. The right side playing deep. The outfield slightly shaded to right and playing very deep. The pitch, a fastball, fired right through at the waist for a called strike. Mantle standing deep at the plate, hitting left-handed. Against the right-handed pitching to Roberts. For the American League, Tendelio Consuegra is down in the bullpen warming up for them. Now Roberts to the top of the stretch. Checks his runners, delivers, Mantle swings, and doesn't get a high curveball. Boy, that Mantle was really trying to pour the pie into that one. Well, the American League has them on here, first and second. Nobody out last half of the third. This is the golden opportunity so far. Mantle's count 1 ball and 2 strikes. He leans over the plate now. Roberts checks his runner. Delivers the plate. Fastball. Swung on. That's for strike 3. And Mantle's out of there. Strikeout number 4 for Robin Roberts. Now he has to pitch to Yogi Berra, who is always a tough man. This guy, Yogi Berra, is known around the trade as one of the best fastball hitters in the business. A couple of the American League pitchers one time, not so long ago. I said, what do you pitch, Yogi Berra? It doesn't make any difference. He'll swing at whatever he thinks at that moment looks good to him. The unpredictable Yogi walked in the first inning, so he's coming up for his first official at bat now. Left-hand hitter, runners at first and second. 1 out, last of the third, no score. The pitch is a fastball outside by shade to Berra for ball 1. Who came from the Hill in St. Louis. Certainly has become quite a figure in this great national pastime of ours. Bobby Avila steps out first, Minoso out second. Outfield stands slightly around the right and deep. Pitch is swung on. There's a high fly ball hung down the right field line. Coming over for it is the right fielder, and Van can't get it. It's into the stands in foul territory. That ball was pretty well poked. Just a loud strike. jammed in here at Municipal Stadium. For a while, folks thought that Yogi had gotten a hold of one. Count on him as 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out, 2 on, last half of the third, no score. Right side of the infield playing deep. Suzuki partway back to his fielding depth with runners at first and second. In comes the pitch to the plate. Berra swings and fouls it. Strike 2. Roberts took something off the fastball that time, and Yogi tried to time it. Cabanella walks out in front of the plate, powders that ball back to the mound to Roberts. Artie Marion down behind third. Holds up fingers, showing 1 out. 1 out last half of the third. Minoso at second. Avila at first. Roberts in trouble. Antonelli in the bullpen behind him. In comes the pitch. Yogi swings, hits the foul ball right up over our Gillette microphones. Behind him. In comes the pitch. Yogi swings, hits the foul ball right up over our Gillette microphones. Now holds at 1 and 2 on Yogi Berra. And a new supply of baseballs being brought out to plate umpire Ed Rommel. You'll notice the difference in the umpires. The American League wears the wind pad and must strap it over the outside of the coat and hold it up on each pitch, while the National League wears the protector under the coat. And they're not hampered by that flailing around out in front of them. So when Bill Stewart comes in behind the plate, he won't be hampered by that wind pad. Now we're ready. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on. There's a high bounding ball to first. Krzyzewski backs up, takes it, runs over, steps on first base. The only play he can make. The runners move up a notch, and we have the second out. Round of applause for Al Rosen. Ground out to first base. Bobby Avila, of course, scooting over to second, and Minnie Minoso moving down to third. With 2 outs here in the last half of the third inning, it has been placed squarely up to Al to do something about it. He committed the third out the first inning with a man on at second base and one on at first. Struck out. Al would like to atone for it if he possibly can. Right-hand hitter standing in. Roberts to the top of the stretch. Delivers. Rosen swings. Hits the foul ball back to the screen. You can see Al is hampered by the stiff right finger on his index hand, on his right hand, the index finger on his right hand. We had the opportunity of interviewing Al Rosen last night on the show prior to the broadcast of the ball game, heard over this network. And he was explaining what trouble he was having with that right hand. I said, well, why don't you give it some rest? And he said, I can't. Pitch a come on the road. Ray Boone up at the plate now. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Robin Roberts butts up for a 3-run home run here in the last half of the third inning. Al Rosen did it with his little sledgehammer. Flat on curveball to Boone is outside for ball 2. Certainly missing Chris Speaker, the old gray eagle here this afternoon. Sincerely hope he's resting very comfortably and hope he's listening in this afternoon. Pitch to the plate. Boone swings with a long drive also. And there it goes over the left field screen for a home run. Number 5, run number 4 as the American League now has leaped out and won 4-0. home runs back-to-back have electrified the thousands who have come here to the Lakefront Stadium this afternoon. Robert's ready. Delivers an overhand fastball. It's through there to waste for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. You know, there's always something good about seeing a fellow get up there and achieve something despite the fact that he is handicapped. Fastball swung on by Bauer and hit foul. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Knowing that several of these men playing here this afternoon are playing under the handicap of injury. Rosen was one of them. 1-2 pitch. Swung on by Bauer and hit foul right back to the screen. So his count holds at 1-2. So Ali Reynolds had to give up on the All-Star game because of a groin hip injury. Mike Garcia, the fine Cleveland pitcher out of Visalia, California, had to give up. He had a broken blood vessel in the middle finger of his pitching hand. Now Bauer swings on a high curve and misses for strike 3. So that retires the side here in the last half of the 3rd inning, but it was a whale for the American League. That's a good strikeout for Roberts, incidentally. Here in the 3rd inning, for the American League, they come up with 4 big runs on just 3 base hits. There were no errors. Nobody was left off. So the score at the end of 3 full innings of play in the All-Star game here at Cleveland, it's the American League 4 and the National League nothing. It's been quite a ball game here so far, but say, mister, how you fix the blades? Gillette Blue Blades, of course, with the sharpest edges ever honed. Buy them in dispensers with used blade compartments and keep a couple of extra backs on hand. To the top half of the 4th inning. I'm going to have a new pitcher now for the American League. It's Sandelio Consuegra. Sandy Consuegra, who is named to take the place of Garcia. He's a slender right-hander. Consuegra moving in there now as the new pitcher. So that means that Ford is all through here after having pitched 3 innings. Sandy Consuegra was just named on Sunday to take the place of Mike Garcia. Sandy Consuegra didn't have much warning that he was going to play in the All-Star game. But here he is out here now with a record of 10 wins and 3 losses. Has pitched 2 shutouts this year. Sandy Consuegra, slender right-hander. Is he coming on? He'll pitch first of all to Alvin Dark here in the top half of the 4th inning. Alvin Dark standing in. Consuegra makes the first pitch to him, and Dark takes it over for a strike. Dark is 0 for 1 this afternoon. He came up in the 1st inning and popped up the shortstop. Dark nervously pumps that bat back and forth. Consuegra sweeps low in his pumping motion, delivers a curveball that stays high off the shoulder for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sandy Consuegra now doing the pitching for the American League. He has been handed the chore of holding the 4-run advantage now the American League has given the squad. Curveball to Dark is high. This one again off the face. That's ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Consuegra is sort of a nervous guy. Very wiry, very thin. Sort of spindly or pole-legged. Comes the pitch now to Dark, who swings on and loops that fly ball out into short left center field. Coming on is Mickey Mantle, makes a fine running catch to retire Alvin Dark. So we have 1 out to top the 4th inning. Sandy Consuegra now has gotten rid of Dark, and he must face Duke Snider. In 3 innings of pitching here this afternoon, Whitey Ford gave up only 1 hit past 1 man, struck out nobody. But that was a pretty good pitching chore for a young fellow who wasn't figured to get a chance starting here this afternoon. But he leads the ball game with a 4-run advantage. Consuegra now pitching to Duke Snider, who's gone 0 for 1. Curveball to him is good for a strike. Snider with a straightaway stance to the pitcher. Another fine figure, this Snider. He's played some mighty fine baseball for the faithful over at Ebbets Field. Curveball to him, it's swung on, hit right back through the middle. Up into center field for a base hit. Duke Snider is on. Hit that ball right where it was pitched. Well, that's the largest since the first inning of the 1949 All-Star Game at Ebbets Field. The American League also scored 4 in an inning then. Stan Musial, who got the first hit. The ball game for the National League, swings on the first pitch and hits a high foul ball coming right back to us now. Up on top, into the spectators. Strike one on Stan. Musial bumped the single into right field in the second inning. Was cut down a moment later when Ted Kluszewski hit into a fast double play as the second hitter in the top of the second inning. So the National League has gotten just 2 base hits. One by Stan Musial up there right now, and one by Snider, who is on at the present time at first base with 1 out. 4-0 in favor of the American League. Consuegra pitches, fastball swung on, hit into the hole between first and second into right field. Musial has singled. There goes the runner Snider moving on into third base on the blow. So Stan the man, 2 for 2. Now Rosen made a dive at that ball, trying to stop it, but couldn't get near it. Well, the National League trying to retaliate here. Make their way back, get into the ball game. Here's Ted Kluszewski, who can give that ball a long ride for you. Cincinnati first baseman, playing first base for the National League here this afternoon, is coming up for his second at bat. He's 0 for 1, cracked into a double play. Consuegra at the top of the stretch, checks his runners, delivers. Kluszewski swings and hits it off the end of the bat foul. Strike 1. Ted Kluszewski from Argo, Illinois, now lives in Cincinnati. Kluszewski this year has hit 22 home runs for Cincinnati, pounded in 67 runs for them. What a powerful guy. Down the bullpen, looks as though Bob Lemon is starting to warm up for the American League. Bob Lemon. Now Consuegra checks his runners at first and second with 1 out here. First and third. The pitch is swung on as a bounding ball hit over first base. Down into the right field corner. Snider comes in to score. Musial comes into third base and holds up there. Ted Kluszewski hits a high pounder over Rosen, down along the right field line, putting Musial on at third and scoring Duke Snider from third easily with the first National League run. Now it's a 4-1 ball game. And for Kluszewski, his first run batted in here this afternoon. Hit number 3 off Consuegra, run number 1. The batter coming up is Jablonski. The St. Louis Cardinal third baseman Ray Jablonski can hit that long ball for you too. I've seen him crack a couple that really took off and out of the park. Jablonski, who is tied for the number 3 and 4 position in the National League at game time here. In runs batted in with 73. He's tied with Willie Mays of the New York Giants, who is on the bench right now. And he's 11 home runs. Jablonski, that's the number he uses on the back of his uniform, belongs to number 11. Consuegra delivers to him. It's a crossfire outside for ball 1. Started when after Dark's fly ball to center field, Snider hit through the middle for a single, and Stan Musial moved him around to third on the single hit into right field. Then Kluszewski pounded the high one into right field for a single to get the run in and put Musial on. Pitch the plate is low. Ball 2 to Jablonski. His count now is 2 balls, no strikes. Leo DeRocher hooping it up big behind third, gets Jablonski's attention, yells something at him. Leading down off third is Stan Musial, hands on hips. Consuegra in trouble here, waiting around in hot water in the top of the 4th. 4-1 ball game, the American League. Consuegra delivers curve. It's taken a fast curve over for a strike off the hand. Right on the inside corner, just about stuff buckle high. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Count on Ray Jablonski. He'll be followed by Jack Robinson. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Runners at first and third. 1 run has been scored for the National League as they're trying to get back into the ball game. And Jablonski at the plate represents the tying run for the National League. Consuegra ready. Delivers. The pitch is swung on as a line shot. Hit past the pitcher in the center field for a base trap. Kluszewski, the second to hold on as Musial comes in to score the second run. Jablonski almost ripped the glove right off the hand. Pitcher Consuegra. So give Ray a run batted in. That's the 4th hit off Consuegra, run number 2. And the lead of the American League has been cut half in 2 as the National League comes fighting back here in the top half of the 4th inning. Mr. Dudley, I wouldn't have missed this one for the world. I wouldn't have missed it for the world, Jim.
You know, Casey is in bad straits for his pitching staff this afternoon, Al. Sandy Consuegra was a substitute. And, of course, Casey is without the help of his big chief, Wahoo, Ali Reynolds, and without the big player, Mike Garcia. Now, this boy has a fine record behind him. This, of course, is what the fans like, you know, action and plenty of it.
Well, they're getting action right now, and Jackie Robinson steps up there hoping to produce even more for the National League here in the fourth inning. They picked up 2 runs, and the American League leads 4-2. Consuegra pitches. Robinson after the first ball. It's a half foul off the first base line. Over to the stands goes Rosen. Can't get it. It's up into the stands back of the American League dugout. So that's strike 1 now on Robinson. Big Ted Krzyzewski on at second. Jablonski is on at first. Both Krzyzewski and Jablonski have hammered in runs now for the National League. And Robinson, who grounded out as the first hitter in the third inning, grounded out from short first, is up there right now. Robinson, who at game time was batting at .321. Consuegra goes to the top of the stretch, hesitates, checks his runner at second base. Big Ted Krzyzewski backs off the mound and chases Ted back into second. Jablonski moves away from first. Rosen back to his fielding depth. In comes the pitch now. Robinson trying to hit the right field. Fouls it off the first base line. Way back into the crowd, out of play for strike 2. And while we have a few seconds, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
This is WGN, the Chicago Tribune station, serving the Middle West.
All right, back to the business at hand. Watching Consuegra try to get out of the difficulty. He has gotten in. Pitching to Robinson. He delivers. Robinson swings at his line shot, hitting the right center field down the alley. That's in there for these extra bases. Up against the 380-foot sign. Here comes Krzyzewski in with the third run. The relay is being thrown to the plate. Jablonski scores. It's tied up. It's a double for Robinson. Lemon coming on to relieve Consuegra. Came on, if you recall, the pitch here in the fourth inning. And coming out real fast now is Bob Lemon has to come on. The man at second base, Robinson, is the responsibility of the now departing Sandy Consuegra. So let's see. Campanella will be the man that Lemon will face here in the fourth inning. Bob Lemon. He's been one of the mainstays of the Cleveland pitching staff and one of the prime figures in this game. Round of applause for Lemon coming in and Sandy Consuegra going out. Bob Lemon, and appearing in 19 games for the Cleveland Indians this year, has posted a record of 9 wins and 5 losses. He's the sink ball pitching right-hander. So Lemon is on the scene. There's the announcement for him. This year. And a tee down there now, standing on the mound, throwing the warm-up pitches down to his battery mate Yogi Berra. Bob Lemon from San Bernardino, California. Bob, number 21. Guy now lives in Long Beach, California, I believe, if memory serves me rightly. Jackie Robinson on at second base. He drove in 2 here. Tied it up in the top of the fourth inning, so it's all tied, 4-4. The runner Robinson at second, the responsibility of the departed Consuegra, who pitched only 1/3 of this fourth inning. Now Campanella, who walked in the third inning, up for his first at-bat now, officially. Lemon checks his runner back at second. Delivers the plate. Campanella takes a high curve from Bob for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Bob Lemon is no stranger as far as play in the All-Star Game is concerned. Bob's been chosen before. Now we're ready for the pitch. In it comes, swung on by Campanella and popped up down third base way. Right on the foul line, it's Ray Boone in fair territory, making the catch for the second out. So Lemon comes on, gets Campanella on a high foul ball to third base, and that brings up Robin Roberts, the pitcher. But it's not going to be Roberts. It's going to be Don Mueller of the New York Giants. Don Mueller coming up to bat. There's the announcement for Don. So Roberts goes 3 innings here, in which he gave up 4 runs and 5 hits, walked 2, and struck out 5. And Don Mueller is coming up right now for him. Don Mueller of the New York Giants, playing in his first All-Star game, getting an opportunity here to pinch back. He's a left-handed hitter, and as far as Don Mueller is concerned, in the way of batting percentage, he's a fellow that stands up there very high in the National League. Bob Lemon will be the guy to pitch to him now. Don Mueller is actually the number 2 hitter in the National League with a percentage of .356. He is second only to Duke Snider of Brooklyn, who holds a percentage of .367. Don Mueller, quiet guy, leans over the plate, takes the first pitch down to the shins on the inside for ball 1. Mueller batting for Robin Roberts. Down in the bullpen and all warmed and ready to go. And I expect maybe Austin may use him, left-hander Johnny Antonelli. He'll be probably on here to pitch the last half of the 4th inning. Lemon gets set, delivers an overhand curveball. It sinks low and outside. So the count on Don Mueller now is 2 balls, no strikes. Jackie Robinson, representing the tie-breaking run for the National League, is stepping off at second base. It was his 2-base blow in the right center field between Mantle and Bauer. Brought in the tying runs here in the top of the 4th inning. 2 down. Robinson, the sole base runner, at second. Lemon checks him, delivers the plate. Mueller swings. There's a drive into right center field. That might be in there too for a base hit. Howard going over, can't get this up against the screen. Mueller's on his way to second. Robinson comes in easily. It's 5-4 the National League. Bob Lemon gives up the hit. The run is charged to Sandy Consuegra, who now can be the losing pitcher in this ball game if it should end this way. A pair of doubles have done the trick here. Robinson coming in easily from second base to score on Don Mueller's pinch hit double to right center field. So give Mueller a run batted in. 5-4 now in favor of the National League. We go to the top of the batting order for Granville Hamner. And the first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. The ninth man to come to bat here for the National League will come roaring back not only to make up the deficit, but to go 1 run ahead as they lead 5-4. Mueller steps off second. Lemon delivers. Hit swung on and missed for a strike. The curveball that seemed to be just under the knees to Hamner. Don Mueller from St. Louis, Missouri. On at second base. Granville Hamner swings on the next pitch. There's a high-bounding ball to Boone at third. He's up with it, throws to first base to Rosen in time. And the ninth man retired to retire the side. So it was quite a beginning here in the 4th for the National League. They come up with 5 big runs on, 5 6-base hits. There were no errors, and there was a man left off. So after 3 1/2 innings of play here at the All-Star Game in Cleveland, the score is the National League 5, the American League 4. Well, fellas, the way to get quick, long-lasting shaves that leave you feeling like you're batting 1,000 is with shaving cream and today's Gillette Super Speed Razor. And say, how you fix for Gillette Blue Blades? They have the sharpest edges ever honed, and their double edges spell double economy. You'll change blades less than half as often and use them more than twice as long. Remember, you can't buy blades in your bathroom. Always keep a couple of extra packs of Gillette Blue Blades on hand. Ask for them in handy dispensers with compartments for easy riddance of used blades. They're 20 for only 98 cents. 10 for 49. Look sharp. Feel sharp. Be sharp. Enjoy refreshing shaving cream shaves with the Gillette Super Speed Razor and Gillette Blue Blades. Now into the last half of the 4th inning, and I believe that is the biggest inning other than the July 10th 1934 game at the Polo Grounds in which the American League scored 6 times in the 5th inning. This is the second biggest inning in All-Star play. From Medford, Massachusetts, Johnny Antonelli, the fine left-hander of the New York Giants, coming on. This is the guy who, before the season started, many people doubted the fact that he was going to be sharp for the New York Giants, but my old friend Russ Hodges said to me, Al, you can watch this boy. He's going to be good, and he is. Johnny Antonelli pitching past Bell. This is swung on, and loops out into left field. It's in there for a base hit. Chico Carrasquel leading off here in the 4th inning for the American League. Loops a single to left. And Antonelli has given up his first hit. Johnny Antonelli in their pitching now. He's won 13 in his last 2, 6-4 shutout. Ed Williams coming to the plate. Listen to the applause. Ed Williams, whose baseball feet will go down in history. Up there batting now, hitting left-handed. Facing Johnny Antonelli, who fires the fastball to him and pops it over to knees for called strike 1. Antonelli batting for Lemon, who pitches 2/3 of an inning here this afternoon. We'll have a new pitcher for the American League in the top half of the 5th inning. Ed Williams, batting at .367 for the regular season, playing in 40 ball games. Injuries and all, he's been right in there. Leans back from a hard curveball under the chin. His count is 1 ball and 1 strike. This guy's been one of the magnificent figures in this game. A career interrupted twice by war service and by any number of injuries, and still Ted's in there battling. He's no kid. Ed Williams batting for Bob Lemon. Chico Carrasquel led off here in the inning with a single. Ted swings on the next pitch and beats it foul right into the crowd for strike 2. His count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Johnny Antonelli standing out on the mound, rubbing up the ball. 5-4 the score with a tying run on now for the American League at first base. Antonelli came on here in the 4th inning. Pitches now to Williams inside. Right. That's ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's all I think we'll all remember the All-Star Game here this afternoon. We all have a feeling that this is going to be one of those ball games that a lot of people will talk about for a long, long time to come. There's a seesaw back and forth already. 5-4 now for the National League. Williams swings on. Strike 3. Antonelli gets him on a big cut-handle curveball. And for Antonelli, a personal achievement. Not only the strikeout, but the striking out of the splendid splinter. Ed Williams goes back down to the dugout. Coming up is Minoso, who slides to center and walks. Minoso was on in the 3rd inning and worked around on a single, a ground out, and then when Rosen hit his 3-run home run, Minoso was one of the men to score for the American League. Minoso leaning over the plate. Antonelli ready. Delivers a big let-up curveball high and outside. Minoso for ball 1. Johnny Antonelli, the relief pitcher for the National League. Record of 13-2 and 4 shutouts. Good evening, Robert. I'll say we have a new outfield. We'll pick it up for you now. There's a line drive hitting right center field. It's in there for a base hit, and the throw comes on in to second base. Carrasquel moving around third as Minoso single into right center. We're checking the outfield for you now. We've had some changes. In left field, Musial moves over to play left field for the National League. Dan Musial has moved over here in the 4th inning to play in left field. Willie Mays comes in center. We'll put Mays in center field. We'll check that right fielder for you. I believe that's Duke Snider moved over to right. I believe Duke Snider has moved over to right field. Johnny Antonelli now facing Avila. to Avila, and it's rolled for ball one. Snider has moved over to right field, everybody. They'll put Duke Snider in right field in the fourth inning. Willie Mays playing in center. Coming out of the ball game will be Robinson. So you'll have to put Mays in Robinson's slot. It's now to right-handed batting Bobby Avila. Is a slope curve that finds the outside corner for a strike. Mays playing center field for the National League here in the fourth inning. Minoso on at first. Carrascal is on at third. One out. 9 run for the American League on at third base. So Mr. Antonelli has his work cut out for him. Avila looks around at Marty Marion, coaching down at third to see if there's a sign of any kind. As Jablonski moves up shallow at third, holding Carrascal as close as possible. Antonelli checks his runners, delivers a curveball. Come on, there's a looping fly to left. Musial comes in for it, grabs it, there's the tag up, and the throw goes to second base. And the run comes in to score. A sacrifice fly into left field gives Bobby Avila a run batted in. The run scores of Johnny Antonelli, and it's now 5-5, so it's Antonelli's ball game to win or lose. And all the runs that are being gotten here by the American League in the fourth inning belong to Bob Lemon. So Lemon might possibly be the winning pitcher if any more runs come in to score, and the American League remains ahead. Of course, that all remains in the lap of the baseball gods, and we'll have to wait and see. Coming up to the plate now is Mickey Mantle. Also, of course, on that fly ball to left field, holding on to first base when the throw came in to second base from Stan Musial. So one run has been scored here to tie it up at 5-5. And Mickey Mantle for the first time this afternoon batting right-handed. There's a throw to first. Minoso steps nimbly in ahead of it, and Kluszewski fires the ball back to the line. Johnny Antonelli has given up the one run that's tied the ball game, and Mantle with the man on is up at the plate. In comes the pitch. Mickey takes high and outside for ball one. Two down here in the fourth inning. The tie-breaking run in very fleet-footed Minnie Minoso is on at first base. Mickey Mantle up there trying to do something about it. He's gone 0 for 2 today. Slide to center and struck out. Swings at his pitch and doesn't get it. Big let-up fastball. Mickey lashed out ahead of it. Then throws over to first. Minoso has been warned of Antonelli's quick motion to first base. Back ahead of it, and Kluszewski still remains on the inside corner. Now we're set. Down comes the pitch. Swung on by Mantle. There's a high-bounding ball to third. Jablonski has it. Goes to first base for the out to Kluszewski, and that's the third one to retire the side. So Mantle bounces out to retire the side here, third to first in the fourth inning, but it was a productive inning for the American League. It sees them get back into the ball game on an even footing. One run for the American League here in the fourth inning. There were 2 base hits, 1 sacrifice fly that scored the tying run. 7 errors, 1 man was left on. 4 men have been left on now by the American League and going to bat 4 times. And the score at the end of 4 full innings of play now is the American League 5, the National League 5. Well, I don't know, Mr. Dudley, if you could have anything more even in a baseball game than we've had here this afternoon in Cleveland.
Well, Al, when they started this back in 1933, they termed it the Fans' Dream Game, and that's what the fans are witnessing this afternoon. Already the score is tied 5-5. The National League has had 2 pitchers. The American League is now coming on with its 4th pitcher, Bob Porterfield. And they say, Al, that a ball club is no better than your bench. When Walt Alston pulled out Don Mueller for that double into right center, he knew just what he was doing. But this is the way the fans like it. A thriller second. Score tied 5-5, same number of hits, 7 apiece. And right now, one of the American League's top right-handers, Bob Porterfield, top pitcher of last year in the junior circuit, coming on to pitch. It looks like we're going to get the same amount of excitement and keen play in the second half that we've had in the first half.
Well, let's see. Bob Porterfield, as you told the folks coming on here, he has 1 9 and has lost 7. Now, Minoso has moved over to right field here in the fifth inning. Minoso goes to right, makes way for Ted Williams, coming on. So Williams, who batted for Lemon, is going to have to remain in the number 9 position in the batting order. He's staying in left field. Ted Williams out in left field now. In center field, we have Mickey Mantle, and in right field, we have Minnie Minoso. The plate is Alvin Darkbop. Porterfield pitches to him a curve that's inside for ball 1. Ball has come out of the ball game, so Porterfield has to go in his spot, the batting order. That'll be the number 7 slot. Porterfield delivers. Dark takes. Low and outside on the fast curveball for ball 2. So put Porterfield in Bauer's spot. This is not Porterfield's ball game to win or lose, as it is Antonelli's. The 2-0 delivery is a fastball fired through under the letters for strike 1 call. 5-5 between the National and American Leagues here in the top half of the 5th inning. Dark to be followed by Snider and then by Musial. So the changes have Williams in left field, while Porterfield on the mound. Those are the 2 changes. Porterfield pitching, Yogi Berra catching. Infield remains the same as started the ball game. Williams now in left, Mantle in center, and in right field, Minoso bars out of the ball game. Porterfield ready, delivers 2-1. Dark takes under the knees for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Porterfield gets set. Looks down at Yogi Berra, gets the sign. Dark waits for the 3-1 delivery. Comanche's gone 0 for 2. Popped up and fly out. Swings on his pitch, sends a fly ball to center field. Mantle easily under it, makes the catch for out number 1. That's twice now Doc has flied to center field to Mickey Mantle. That'll bring up Duke Snider, who ended the inning in the first with a fly ball to left field to Minoso, who was then playing in left. And then he came along in the 4th inning and smacked one right back through the middle. Base hit, so Snider now has 1 for 2. The Duke, number 4, standing in. Another California boy. Another fellow who, by sheer determination, has become a fine baseball player. Throws a fastball to Porterfield outside and high for ball 1 to Snider. This left-handed batter started off today as the number 1 hitter in the National League, batting at .367. 1-0 pitch to him is an overhand curveball. Swung on a foul right up the street, right to it. Almost got that, but doggone it, I would have had a souvenir. Jimmy, you should have warned me about that. I got my hand on it, but that was all. Take that stung, too, believe me. 1-1 is the count here on Duke Snider. Of course, you can't catch a baseball when you got a handful of pencil. Now the 1-1 pitch to Duke Snider. Porterfield pumps twice, delivers the fastball. Snider swings on it and hits it through into right field for a base hit. Duke Snider sent a ground ball between first and second into right. They gave it the great big college drive, but didn't make it. So Porterfield has given up a base hit now. That's the 8th base hit for the National League. 5 runs on 8 hits. Musial coming up to the plate now is batting at .360 in All-Star competition. He's at 13 for 36. And Musial this afternoon has had 2 for 2. So with 1 out, there's 1 on. Snider represents the tie-breaking run for the National League at first base. Porterfield delivers. Musial takes a curve over the outside corner nicely for a strike. Stan Musial playing in the Lakefront Stadium here for the first time in his baseball career on 11 occasions. His 11th All-Star game. Leans over the plate, wiggles himself into position. There's a throw to first. It's not in time as Snider gets back to it. Rosen flips the ball back to the mound of Bob Porterfield. Hard luck Bob delivers a curveball. Musial swings on. There's a high pop-up out into very short left field. Going back toward his Carrasquel, the shortstop. Williams comes on, but it's Carrasquel to make the catch. And Snider hurries back to first base. The second out here in the top half of the 5th inning. Tied-up ball game at 5-5. The batter now is Ted Krasuski. Ted batted in 1 of the 5 runs for the National League here today. Drove it in the 4th inning with a single hit into right field, which scored Snider. Ted Krasuski hitting left-handed. Game time batting at .312 as the National League first baseman for the Cincinnati Reds.
ready. Delivers into fastball. That happens. There is a high drive deep into right field. Minoso throws back. He cannot get it there. It goes into the right field stand for a home run for Suzuki. Is out. Well, we've had some action here in the first 4.5 innings of this ball game. Let's see, here in the fifth inning, 2 big runs for the National League to put them out in front. 2 runs on a single and a home run. The home run hit by Suzuki. Those are the only 2 hits. There were no errors, and nobody is left on. The National League has left only 2 men on, going to backfire time. At the end of 4.5 innings of play here at Cleveland, the score stands
Have you tried Gillette's new instant lather shaving cream? It's called Foamy, and it gives you billows of rich, creamy lather at the flick of a finger. And what a lather it is. Foamy really prepares your beard properly, soaks it soft for quick, easy shaving. Because of its convenience, millions of men are switching to this type of cream. You'll get a kick out of using it, too. You simply press the valve of the container, and presto, you've got a fresh supply of lather ready for use. You'll also find Gillette Foamy a mighty thrifty shaving cream to use. In fact, a 3-month supply costs only 79 cents. So next time, get Foamy and get cool, refreshing shaves that give you a real lift.
7-5. We are to have some changes in the National League setup, also in the American League setup. We'll have a change of umpires as Bill Stewart comes back behind the plate and Eddie Rommel goes over to take it third. And it's my pleasure and privilege to introduce a fellow I've known for quite some time. A fellow's gained quite a reputation here in the Midwest as a fine broadcaster. I'd like to introduce to you for the last half of the ball game, Jimmy Dutton. Come on, Jim, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Al, and let's hope that the second half will be as thrilling as the first half, which you gave us so well. The National League leading 7-5, a couple of changes. Randy Jackson of the Chicago Cubs is now at third base in place of Granny Hamnet, and Red Chaindeans is at second base in place of... Chaindeans is at second base in place of Hamnet, and in place of Jablonski at third is Randy Jackson. Yogi Berra leads off. The first pitch to him, he tries the bunt. Foul down the third base line for strike 1. National League 7, American League 5, as the National League has came up with 2 big innings, 5 runs in the fourth and 2 in the fifth. Yogi Berra attempting to get on base, the leadoff batter here in the last half of the fifth. Johnny Antonelli, one of the...
And it's my pleasure and privilege to introduce a fellow I've known for quite some time. Fellow's gained quite a reputation here in the Midwest as a fine broadcaster. I'd like to introduce to you for the last half of the ball game, Jimmy Dutton. Come on, Jim, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Al, and let's hope that the second half will be as thrilling as the first half, which you gave us so well. The National League leading 7-5, a couple of changes. Randy Jackson of the Chicago Cubs is now at third base in place of Granny Hamnet, and Red Chaindeans is at second base in place of... Chaindeans is at second base in place of Hamnet, and in place of Jablonski at third is Randy Jackson. Yogi Berra leads out. The first pitch to him, he tries the bunt. Foul down the third base line for strike 1. National League 7, American League 5, as the National League has came up with 2 big innings, 5 runs in the fourth and 2 in the fifth. Yogi Berra attempting to get on base, the leadoff batter here in the last half of the fifth. Johnny Antonelli, one of the prize left-handers of the National League, obtained by the New York Giants from the Milwaukee Braves. Into the windup. The pitch is swung, and there's a line drive out of the shortstop dead into left field, a base hit. Musial coming over fast as Berra makes the turn. He's held at first. A single on the throw back to the infield. And here we go again as the American League bounces right back. Stepping into the batter's box is number 7, Al Rosen, whose home run in the third inning accounted for 3 of the American League's runs. The American League led 4-0 at the end of 3. Right-hand batter. Antonelli pitches a strike to the outside corner knee high. Bill Stewart, veteran arbiter, is back at the plate for the last half of the ball game. Honor Tickers at first, Alan Sanders at second. Eddie Ramos moves to third base. Strike 1 to count. The runner leads. The pitch is inside. Rosen holding back on his swing. The ball 1. Down is even Stevens. Ball 1 and strike 1. Yogi Berra coming up with his first hit of the ball game. He had a walk previously. So the American Leaguers now have a total of 8 hits. Here's the stretch. The pitch is high and outside. The count is 2-1. Ball 2 and strike 1 to count. The outfielders are deep and well around to left. Musial deep and straight away, almost back to the edge of the track in left field. And Willie Mays of the New York Giants deep in left center towards the 380 mark. They're on first with nobody out in the last of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Swung on the base. The ball is going, and it is gone for a home run. Ray Boone steps in. He hit a home run his last time up. Antonelli pitches. Ball 1 high. Ball 1 to count. That ties the All-Star record for most home runs in the game, 2 set by Augie Vaughn of the Pittsburgh Pirates back in 1941. Augie Vaughn, the great Pittsburgh Pirates. The next pitch, ball 2, high and outside. The count is 2-0. And now Roy Campanella moves out to talk to the pitcher, Johnny Antonelli. Antonelli has been one of the big reasons why the New York Giants are leading the National League this year. He has come along in great strides. Leo DeRosa is very happy about that deal. Here's the windup. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on a ground ball down the third baseline. Taken by Jackson on the big hop. The throw to first, and Boone is out. 1 away. Now Grissom warming up down in the bullpen. 1 out. And the score tied 7-7. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
And this is WGN, the Chicago Tribune station, Chicago 11, serving the Middle West.
Cleveland's Municipal Stadium. The last half of the 5th inning, 1 out. Bob Porterfield, the pitcher, is up. A right-hand batter, he swings on the first pitch and lines one into left field, but Musial closes in on it and makes the catch. A line drive into left field off the bat of Bob Porterfield, one of the better hitting pitchers in the major leagues today. There are 2 out and nobody on. By the way, Al Rosen has not only tied the home run record in All-Star competition, but the record for most runs batted in a single game, 5. He has tied that one. Ted Williams of Boston did it in 46. Chico Carrasquel is the batter. Right-hand hitting shortstop. First pitch, he fouls it off to the right of the plate. Strike 1. Now Grissom, the oldest player on the National League squad for this year's All-Star game, is warming up down in the bullpen. Strike 1 to count. Antonelli into the windup. The pitch is high and outside for ball 1. 1-1 to count. Fans are getting a big kick out of the National League umpire, Bill Stewart, who is very dramatic, spectacular in his work. Fine umpire. The next pitch is a strict call to the inside corner as Antonelli broke a curve in on a right-hand batter. Ball 1 and strike 2 with 2 out and nobody on. 2 runs at home. The ball game is tied up 7-7. On deck, is Ted Williams. If Carousel can get on, you can bet your boots the fans will be calling for more action. Outfielders around toward left. Big hole open in right center. The 1-2 pitch. A swing and a miss on a changeup. He struck him out. Carousel goes down for the third out. Retiring the side. That is Antonelli's second strikeout since he has been in the ball game. In the fifth inning for the American League, 2 runs on 2 hits. And the score at the end of 5 innings is National League 7, American League 7. Fans no other razor on earth is in the same league with the one-piece Gillette. It gives you easy shave. And talk about convenience, you change blades in a different... Into the first half of the 6th inning with the National League at bat, number 24, Willie Mays, making his first appearance in an All-Star game. Just a couple of years ago, an unknown in organized baseball, as far as the major leagues are concerned. He has come along to become one of the most spectacular, amazing stars of the 1954 season. 31 home runs to his credit this year in National League competition. Mays, feet spread far apart, waiting for the pitch. The wind-up. The pitch is swung on and grounded foul. Down the third baseline, out of play. Strike one. Now warming up in the National League bullpen is number 21, Warren Spahn, left-hander. Strike one to count on Willie Mays. Porterfield pitches, ball one high and outside. Right-hander from the Washington Senators. Like Johnny Hamner, another fine Virginia boy. He okays the sign. The pitch is swung on and fouled high over toward the American League dugout. Now Rosen moving over, but he won't be able to get it. It drops back in the crowd out of play. There's the usual scramble for a foul ball, a souvenir of the All-Star Game of 1954. The heck with that $85 suit. There's a $2.85 baseball rolling around over there. Ball one and strike two on the batter, Willie Mays. Mays has come along so fast that he is now being reckoned as one of the top stars of the game. The next pitch is swung on. There's a high drive going out into left field. Ted Williams moves back on the track in front of a fence, and he has it. And a first out. Willie Mays, his first time up in the All-Star Game, giving the fans a real thrill as he drove one deep into left field. One out for the National Leaguers here in the first half of the 6th inning. The score is tied 7-7. The batter is number 39, Roy Campanella, who has certainly done a yeoman's job in All-Star play in his career. He speaks power as he stands there, takes the first pitch, outside and low with a curveball. The famous American League slider. The old-timers ask you where it came from. Nobody seems to know. One old-timer said it was a nickel curve. The next pitch, Campanella fouls it back to the screen. Strike one. Ball one and strike one to count. National League, 7 runs, 9 hits. American League, 7 runs, 9 hits. It has been an earless contest thus far. Outfielders around toward left. They recognize the ability of this boy, Roy Campanella, to drive one out of here. Here's the wind-up. The pitch is outside and high for ball two. 2-1 to count. Ted Williams in left field. Mickey Mantle in center. Minnie Minoso in right. Williams never still a minute when he's out there. Studies every blade of grass. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen. Strike two. 2-2 count. New ball is tossed into play by the umpire, Bill Stewart. Ray Boone, the third baseman from Detroit, covering right close to the line, well back of the bag. Frank Thomas is on deck. Looks like we'll have a pinch hitter for Antonelli. One out, we're in the first half of the 6th inning. center field in action. Pitches, and there's a line drive out into right center for a base hit. Rolling out toward the center fielder, coming over fast. Mantle is up with it. The throw back to second, holding it to a single. Campanella is on first base. That is his first hit, and the 10th hit of the game for the National Leaguers. Number 15, Frank Thomas of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Batting for Antonelli. He becomes the National Leaguers' second pinch hitter. Don Mueller of the Giants was the first. He doubled and drove in a run. Runner on first, Roy Campanella. Thomas has a batting average of .304 in National League competition this year. Up to the All-Star Game. First pitch, he swings and fouls it back into the upper deck. Out of play, into the press box, among the many writers here from all over the country. Frank Thomas, playing with the Pittsburgh Pirates, also happens to be the pride and joy of Pittsburgh fans. Born and bred right there in the great city of Pittsburgh. Here's the stretch. The next pitch, fouled into the dirt, right at his feet by Thomas. Strike two. 0-2 the count on the batter. The outfielders again are pulled well around toward left, playing in strictly to pull. That was the way they played Roy Campanella when he flashed one into right center. Campanella is the base runner at first with one out. Score tied 7-7. Lawrence Spahn continues to warm up in the bullpen for the National Leaguers. The next pitch is ball one outside and low with a curve, breaking down and away from the right-hand batter. On deck, ready to come up for his first time in this game is one of the National League's great stars, Red Shane. Time is called briefly. Ball got away from the boys over in the bullpen. Rolled out into left field. All right, back in action. Frank Thomas. Fine-looking athlete, a right-hand batter. Waiting. The pitch is direct free ball. He struck him out. A fastball blazed right by him, rather high. The first strikeout for an American League pitcher. Whitey Ford had none. Gunflagram and Lemon failed to come up with a strikeout. American League pitchers have walked only one batter. Red Shane, left-hand hitter, is up. Swings on the first pitch and fouls it down the left field line. Williams racing for it, so is Boone. But neither can get to it. Dropped on the track, out of play. Just a foul, strike one. Is a switch hitter, batting left against right-hand pitching. Star infielder of the St. Louis Cardinals. There's the pitch, run on, and there's a pop fly going out into left field. Williams digging hard, is in under it now, and he makes the catch. That retires the side. The National Leaguers failed to score in the sixth inning for the National League. No runs, one hit. Campanella single into right center. One man left. And we go into the last half of the sixth inning with a score tied. National League 7, American League 7.
Look sharp. Team sharp. Team sharp. To the flagship now loading at ramp 4. For future travel to the moon. Not big news you will get. What's that? Now for smoother safe, you still will need to let. In outer space, just like others, you can climb in a tree. No razor yet can top Gillette for comfort, speed, and ease. You look sharp every time you dare to feel sharp on the falling beat. Just be sharp and give whiskers off with a fire till it's super speed.
And our fans back at Cleveland's huge municipal stadium. Going into the last half of the sixth inning, we have a new pitcher for the National Leaguers. Warren Spahn, number 21, from the Milwaukee Braves. Spahn, like Roberts, has had previous experience in the All-Star Game. This is his fourth All-Star game. Vaughn is ready to pitch to Ted Williams, the left-hand batter. The wind-up in the first pitch is ball one, too high. Vaughn with the Milwaukee Braves has a record of 8 wins and 10 losses for the 54 campaign. He has 1 shutout to his credit. Ted Williams, left-hand batter, against left-hand pitcher. Vaughn fires, ball 2, over but high with a curveball. Williams was up as a pinch hitter in the 4th inning, batting for Bob Lemon. He struck out. This is Warren Spahn's 7th All-Star game. I believe I said 4th. Here's the windup. The 2-0 pitch is outside. Ball 3. Attempting to keep the ball away from Big Ted Williams. He has just missed on a couple of them. Ball 3, no strike. The outfielders are round toward right and deep in all fields. Right side of the infield deep. The 3-0 pitch. Too high for ball 4. And Williams opens the last of the 6th with a base on ball. That brings up the top of the batting order. Chicago's Minnie Minoso. Antonelli worked 2 innings, gave up 3 runs, 4 hits, and struck out 2. Walked none. That's the 3rd base on balls given up by National League pitchers. Minnie Minoso, right-hand batter. He has a walk and a single in 3 trips to the plate. To the first by Spahn, he has a good motion. Kazuski covering, Williams back in time. Minoso steps out. Outfield is shifted around toward left for Minoso. However, they are very wary of this boy. He hits to all fields. Another throw to first as Spahn tried to catch Williams, leaning toward second. Number 21, Warren Spahn, up in position with a stretch. Here's the pitch. Inside and low, ball 1. Minoso holding back on his swing. Minoso has been the power hitter of the Chicago White Sox attack this year. Tops in RBIs and in home runs for them. Another throw to first. Kazuski slaps the ball down to Williams' foot. Back safely. Check the arms on Jed Kazuski, the big first baseman. 225 pounds. Williams leads off. The pitch is a strike, a fastball to the outside corner belt high. Ball 1 and strike 1 the count. We're in the last half of the 6th inning with the score tied. National League 7, American League 7. Nobody out. Minoso crouched over the plate. The next pitch, a change up is left for a line drive in the right field, a base hit. Williams racing around second, makes the turn, is run on to third. Snider still coming over, is cut off by the shortstop Alvin Dobb, holding Minoso at first. And Dobb was really playing heads-up baseball, realizing that Minoso would attempt to go to second. He cut it off. And he realized the throw was out of line. Here's Minoso's second straight hit. Runners on first and third with nobody out. The American Leaguers are stalling back again. Only this time they have an opportunity to forge in front. Bobby Avila steps in. Warren Spahn, the left-hander, looks down for his sign. There's the stretch. The pitch is a strike. Fastball right over. Strike 1 on Bobby Avila. Avila has 2 hits and as many times to the plate, officially. Got a run batted in with his fly ball to left field as last trip up. Minoso leads off first, Williams off third. Spahn pitches and there's a foul tip out of the catcher's glove. Strike 2. New ball starts into play. On deck is Mickey Mantle. The American League has a total of 10 hits now. Each team has a total of 10 hits. Spahn finds himself in a rough spot. The left-hander shakes off a sign from Campanella. Okays the next. The count 0-2. In position. The pitch is swung on and fouled. Down the right field line, curving back into the stands. Out of play. Ducks warming up in the American League bullpen. All right, the 0-2 pitch is low into the dirt. A fine stop by Roy Campanella, the National League catcher. Ball one, strike two the count now. Ed Chainbeam, second baseman, moves in a step or two to shout some encouraging words to his pitcher. The outfielders are playing just about straight away for Avila. Willie Mays, the center fielder, not too deep. The count 1-2. Runners on first and third. Bond pitches, and there's a looper going out to left field. That ball is going to be in there for a base hit. Bouncing away from Musial. He recovers. Minoso is going to third. The throw coming in, and Minoso is out. Avila races to second on the throw. Scored easily from third. He waited to make sure the ball would fall in there. It is Avila's third hit and his second run batted in. Minoso, attempting to go to third, was out. Here's the 0-2 third baseman, Jackson, 7-5 in your scoring. One away, and Avila is on second. Moving to second on the throw into the third baseman. The batter is Mickey Mantle. Again batting right-handed against left-hand pitching. The American League leading 8-7. First pitch by Spahn to Mantle is ball one high and outside. Mantle is 0 for 3. Slide to center field, struck out and grounded out. Avila on second takes the lead. Here's the stretch by Spahn. The pitch is swung on a ground ball going past the third baseman of a shortstop deep. And Doc can't make a play. But he fires to second, hoping to get Bobby Avila out. It is a base hit for Mickey Mantle. Well, the fans got a big kick out of it. Watching the seasoned veteran Alvin Dodge as he tried to come up with one of the unusual plays. What would have been of the game had he been able to get Avila. Avila had to dive back. It's an infield hit for Mantle, very fast afoot. Doc had no chance to get him. Runners on first and second, one out, and Yogi Berra steps in, left-hand batter. First pitch to Berra is outside. He gets away from the catcher Campanella, but the runners do not move. Just got away from him the short ways. He retrieved it in time. Ball on the count to Berra. Berra has to walk and a single and 3 trips to the plate. American League leading by a score of 8-7. Okays the time, checks the runners. The pitch, a swing and a miss for strike one. Ball one and strike one, the count on Yogi Berra. Little fellow that came off Spaghetti Hill in St. Louis some years ago to become one of the Major League top stars. Here's the stretch. The pitch is fouled back into the radio booth here. Big Al, don't tell me you missed that one.
I sure did. That's the second time I tried to catch it with a pencil, and it doesn't work.
Bob, you better get that glove out. Strike to the count. Bobby Avila is on second. Mickey Mantle is on first. Outfielders are playing straight away to Berra in spite of the fact that he throws hard to right field. The 1-2 pitch. The runner's on the move. The pitch is popped into short right field. Second baseman, Red Chainbeam, moving back his 100. He makes the catch. There are 2 out, and the roar of the crowd greets Al Rosen as he comes up. Avila broke for third on the pitch, but quickly retraced his step when he saw the ball popped up in the short right field. Al Rosen now stepping in. He has 2 home runs consecutively in his last 2 trips to the plate. 5 runs batted in. First pitch, he swings and foul tips it into the dirt. Strike one. Warren Spahn, the left-hander on the mound for the National Leaguers. He walked Ted Williams, gave up a hit to Minoso, and a hit to Avila. Both singles. Got Berra on a top fly. Minoso was out trying to go to third on Avila's hit. They're 2 away. 1 run home. Ball one is high and outside. A curveball to refuse him. Spahn rubbing his hand. Now looking at it. Count is even Steven. Ball one and strike one. Last half of the 6th inning. Score 8-7. American League. Fastball ball, a swing and a miss for strike two. And Sean has a fastball. A real blue darter when he wants to rear back and let her go. Ball one and strike two the count. In position, Swan checks the runners. Avila at second, Mantle at first, both fast. The 1-2 pitch is outside for ball two. Ball two and strike two. Marv Grissom again warming up for the National Leaguers down the left field line. Virgil Truck warming up for the American League. In position, 2 out. Swan steps off the rubber. The boys were taking too big a lead. Avila on second, Mantle on first. Here's the stretch. The 2-2 pitch is fouled into the dirt as Rosen attempts to protect the plate. You notice one thing about Al Rosen when you watch him play. When the count's in his favor, he's right down on the end of his bat, ready to go for that long one. Then the pitcher gets 2 strikes on him, so he'll shorten up, choke up on the bat, just a fraction. Mantle has a long lead off first. The 2-2 pitch, again fouled into the dirt. Ball two and strike two. Spawn and Porterfield are the 2 pitchers of record as of right now. Their ball game to win or lose. Then the last half of the 6th inning with the American League leading 8-7. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on. There's a hard smash off the third baseman. Well, Clark comes over to pick it up, but can't make a play. The bases are loaded. It is a base hit for Al Rosen. The hard smash off Randy Jackson's glove. Alvin Dark came up with it, but was unable to make a play. Avila and Mantle both fast and moving up, and naturally they wanted to go with 2 outs. Rosen's third hit. And here comes Walt Alston, number 24, the Brooklyn manager of the National League All-Star team. We may get a new pitcher. Marv Grissom has been warming up down in the bullpen and is ready to come in if they need him. They are calling for Grissom to come in. Well, Helper, you've done a lot of All-Star games, but I guarantee you haven't seen any more action than you're watching today, have you?
Well, that's absolutely right. The last one we saw that had a lot of action in it, Jimmy, was the one at Comiskey Park in 1950, one of 1 extra innings, you know, and Red Chandins was a big star of that one. But right here this afternoon, we're seeing a parade of the stars, and I think that's what everyone came out to see. Right now, as you said, Marv Grissom is coming on. The fine relief pitcher of the New York Giants, an American League cast-off, who is making his first appearance in All-Star play and in the livery of a National League pitcher. So Marv Grissom's coming on. Marv has won 8 ball games this year for the Giants and has lost 3, pitched 1 shutout. He's been used principally in relief by Leo DeRocher, but he certainly has turned out to be one of the fine stoppers as far as the Giants are concerned. So Marv Grissom, well in his 30s, and he's the hooky-jerk right-hander, delivers with sort of a broken arm delivery. And right now talking to Roy Campanella. So, Jimmy, it looks as though they're going to the bullpen and to the bench to win this one in the All-Star game this afternoon.
Well, this is what makes the fans happy, Al. A parade of stars, as you noted a moment ago. Grissom has been one of the great finds of the 54 season as far as Leo DeRocher and the New York Giants are concerned. He has saved a lot of ball games for the DeRocher men in their drive for the 54 pennant. It's a long way till September, but the Giants are riding high in view of the fact that they've been able to take the closest contender, the Brooklyn Dodgers. The Cleveland Indians leading the American League by a scant half game. All teams will return to action again Thursday. Grissom takes just a couple of warm-up throws and signifies he's ready to work. The bases are loaded. Bobby Avila is on third. Mickey Mantle is on second. Al Rosen is at first. The base runner with a single off the third baseman's glove. There are 2 out. The American League leading by a score of 8-7. Ray Boone is the batter. First pitch by Grissom to Boone is ball 1 outside and low. Boone has been up 3 times, has 1 hit, a home run. He's playing in his first All-Star game. Since moving to Detroit, has become a fine ball player. The next pitch is swing and a miss on a fastball. Strike one. Down is even, 1-1. Outfielders are round toward left. 1-1 the count. Grissom looks down to his catcher, Roy Campanella. With 2 out, he's working strictly on the batter. The 1-1 pitch is strike 2. Letter high pitch is in there. Ball 1 and strike 2. Marty Marion coaching at third base. Now with the Chicago White Sox, Freddie Hutchinson, manager of the Detroit Tigers at first. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Inside for ball 2. Boone started for it, but held back. In time to take ball 2. 2-2 count. The All-Star Game of 1954 coming to you from Cleveland's Municipal Stadium. American League 8 leading by a score of 8-7. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. There's the pitch swung on, and there's a fly ball going into right center. Willie Mays races over into position under it, and he has it. Hitting with a basket catch to thrill the crowd. He made it easily. And Grissom pulled out of it. With just the 1 run scoring. Williams, who had walked earlier to lead off. 1 run for a total of 4 hits. And 3 men were left. And the score at the end of 6 innings, the American League leading 8-7. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
This is WGM, the Chicago Tribune station, serving the Little West.
Bob Porterfield, the American League right-hander, out taking his warm-up throws. Bob Grissom came in to relieve Warren Spahn and pitched to just one man, the dangerous Ray Boone. Bob hails from Las Molinas, California. Many of the fans are coming up for the 7th inning stretch here. It'll be interesting to hear the attendance at today's game. The attendance record was set right here in Cleveland in the 1935 All-Star Game. Better than 69,000. All right, it's play ball. Alvin Dark steps in. First pitch by Porterfield is low into the dirt. Ball 1. Good stop by Larry Berra. Berra, going into the 7th inning, catching this ball game. His single calls on his best to protect that lead. 8-7. The next pitch is ball 2. Over but low with the curveball. Breaking down and away from a right-hand batter. Ball 2, no strike. Here's the windup. The 2-0 pitch. Delivered and swung on. Fouled. Back of the plate. Larry Berra moving back. Close to the screen. And he makes the catch for the first out. 1 away. Porterfield came into the ball game in the 5th inning after Bob Lemon had given way to a pinch hitter. Ball game to win. If he can protect that 8-7 lead, which the American League is enjoying at the present time. 1 out, and Duke Snider is the batter. He has 2 for 3, both singles. And like many of the National League players, capable of the long ball. There's ball 1, low into the dirt. Ball on the count. The right-hander warming up in the American League bullpen right now is Bob Keegan of the Chicago White Sox. The count on Duke Snider. On deck is Musial. American League is out hitting the National League 13-10. Here's the windup. Porterfield pitches ball 2 over but low. Minoso playing deep and straight away back to the edge of the track in right field. Mickey Mantle well around into right center. 2-0 count. The next pitch is a strike call. Little high pitch got the outside corner. The count is now 2-1. Snider is not very happy about the call. Bill Stewart, the National League umpire, one of the best in the business, Gives him a little motion of the hand. Say the pitch is right across the letters. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back into the upper deck. Out of play. Off to the left of the press box. Ball 2 and strike 2. The official attendance at today's All-Star Game, 68,751. So they failed to come up with a new record. Turn to the count, 1 out and nobody on. American League leading 8-7. First half of the 7th inning. Snider, the Brooklyn Dodgers, waiting. Here's the wind-up, and the pitch is swung. A line drive is out into left field. That ball is going all the way to the wall. Williams chasing it. Snider's pedaling for 2. He goes into second, standing up with a double. A stand-up double into left field by Duke Snider as he went for an outside pitch. And the fans start buzzing as Musial comes up. Another left-hand batter. Here truly is one of the game's most dynamic players. A great personality on and off the field. Recognized for his prowess wherever he goes by baseball fans, young and old alike. Playing in his 11th All-Star Game. He has 2 hits and 3 trips to the plate. Swings and misses the first one, a changeup. Waterfield and Berra must have figured that Musial would be eager. Gazed up on him. Strike 1. Runner on second. He is 11th All-Star Game. He has 2 hits and 3 trips to the plate. Swings and misses the first one, a changeup. Waterfield and Berra must have figured that Musial would be eager. Gazed up on him. Strike 1. Second with 1 out, Duke Snider. The pitch is swung on and popped up into short right field. Bobby Avila playing in perfectly, moves around into position, and he has it for the second out. 2 gone. And coming up now is Big Cruz, as they call him down around Cincinnati. Ted Krzyzewski, 225 pounds, 6'2". He has his baseball shirt, the sleeves cut off right up to the shoulders. Standing there in the batter's box, Yogi Berra, the American League catcher, talking with him. Runner on second is Duke Snider. Got a double, coming up with the 11th hit for the National League. He represents the tying run here in the first half of the 7th inning. Right now, the National Leaguers are facing one of the best in the American League, Bob Porterfield. In position, look back to the runner. The pitch is ball 1, outside and low. Ball 1 the count. Krzyzewski has a single and a home run. Has driven in 3 runs. When he hits them, they're long gone. Swings on the next pitch and grounds it foul down the first baseline, out of play. Charlie Grimm, the manager of the Milwaukee Braves, fielded that one, number 40. Fires it back to Porterfield. Leo DeRocher is coaching at third. Minoso has moved back onto the track in right field. He saw that first home run Krzyzewski hit travel far over his head and into the crowd back of the fence. Ball 1 and strike 1 to count. Porterfield is ready to pitch. A swing and a foul tip into the dirt. Ball 1 and strike 2. Porterfield is very quick. Extremely fast. Has a good assortment of stuff. Duke Snider, the base runner at second. American League leading by a score of 8-7. There are 2 outs. Very warm here in Cleveland. Skies were overcast this morning, but have cleared beautifully. The perfect day for baseball. Ball 1, strike 2 the count. All right, Porterfield takes off one side, okays the next. Look back to the runner. The pitch is swung on ground ball to Rosen at first. He's up with it. Races to the bag ahead of the runner. And Krasuski is out, retiring the side. Rosen unassisted. And in the seventh inning for the National Leaguers, no runs, one hit, one left. And going into the last half of the seventh inning, the score is American League 8, National League 7. Men, the way to get shaves that make you look your best and perk you up to boot is with a good shaving cream. Today's one-piece Gillette Super Speed Razor and the Super Keen Gillette Blue Blade. And how you fix for Gillette Blue Blade? Better check and see if you have plenty on hand. Keep an extra pack or two in your bathroom to avoid the inconvenience of running out. 50 double-edged Gillette Blue Blades with the sharpest edges ever honed come in convenient dispensers with used blade safety compartments. 20 for 98 cents, 10 for 49. Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp. Get the world's best shave with a Gillette razor and a Gillette blade. The attendance has just been announced here at Cleveland Stadium. The fans are up for the seventh inning stretch. The last half of the seventh coming up. The American Leaguers are at bat. American League leading by a score of 8-7. Chico Carrascal was out on deck. The pitcher, however, is due Bob Porterfield. We're going to have a pinch hitter. Number 2, Nelson Fox from the Chicago White Sox. Fox, the great little pepper pot second baseman, and Paul Richards with the Chicago White Sox. That big chew of tobacco in his mouth, always with him. Left-hand batter. Grissom's first pitch is fouled back to the screen. Strike one. American League pitchers will tell you that here is one of the most, well, the peskiest guy in baseball. That's just about the way you have to describe him when you listen to them. He's one of the most consistent hitters in the business. If there's a hole in the infield, he'll find it. The next pitch is fouled back into the stand. Our mutual engineer almost coming up with a souvenir on that one. American League leading by a score of 8-7 when the last half of the seventh inning. On deck is Chico Carrascal. The other half of the Chicago White Sox double play combination. The next pitch is fouled back into the stands just below it. And Fox stays alive. The count 0-2. Fox leading off for the American League in the last of the seventh, batting for Bob Porterfield. And the American Leaguers are readying another strong right-hander, Bob Keegan, down in the bullpen. Outfield shallow in left. The next pitch is fouled down the third baseline by Fox. Count remains. He has been known to pull a ball right down the first baseline. Grissom, however, doesn't plan to pitch him in that particular fashion. They're playing him around toward left. Duke Snider has a lot of right field to cover. The next pitch is swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that is something you do not see very often. Nelson Fox going down swinging. In fact, up until a couple of weeks ago, he had faced Indian pitchers, for example, almost 400 times before Don Mossy, a rookie left-hander, struck him out. Chico Carrascal is the batter. Shortstop takes ball one outside and low. Ball on the count. Marv Grissom starting for the National Leaguers. Into the windup. The pitch is ball 2, in too tight. Too close to the batter. Ball 2, no strike. Randy Jackson at third base, and just about even with the bag in case of a bunt try. One out, nobody on. American League leading by a score of 8-7 when the last half of the seventh inning. On deck is Chico Carrascal. The other half of the Chicago White Sox double play combination. The next pitch is fouled back into the stands just below it. Fox stays alive. The count 0-2. Fox
Fox leading off for the American League in the last of the seventh, batting for Bob Porterfield. The American Leaguers are readying another strong right-hander, Bob Keegan, down in the bullpen. Outfield shallow and left. The next pitch is fouled down the third baseline by Fox. Count remains. He has been known to pull a ball right down the first base line. Grissom, however, doesn't plan to pitch him in that particular fashion. They're playing him around toward left. Duke Snider has a lot of right field to cover. The next pitch is swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that is something you do not see very often. Nelson Fox going down swinging. In fact, up until a couple of weeks ago, he had faced Indian pitchers, for example, almost 400 times before Don Monster, a rookie left-hander, struck him out. Chico Carrascal is the batter. Shortstop takes ball one outside and low. Ball on the count. Marv Grissom calling for the National Leaguers. Into the windup. The pitch is ball two, in too tight. Too close to the batter. Ball to no strikes. Randy Jackson at third base, and just about even with the bag in case of a bunt try. One out, nobody on. The outfielders are around toward left. The 2-0 pitch fouls back to the screen. Ball two and strike one. Ted Williams is on deck. Now moves back into the shade of the shadows. The 2-1 pitch is wrong. He breaks his bat as he grounds one to the shortstop. Dog covers over nicely. Is up with it. The throw to first. Carrascal is out number two. Dog to Pasuski. 6-3. Short to first. Ted Williams is the batter with two outs. And nobody on in the last half of the seventh inning. Now the outfield shifting way around to right. Alvin Dark, the shortstop, moves over close to the second. First pitch is a strike call to the outside corner knee high. Red Shane Beans, the second baseman, midway between first and second, is back on the edge of the outfield grass. Bud Krasinski, right along the line. The next pitch is strike two with another fastball knee high. On to the count. And Grissom has pumped two very fast pitches. Down around the knees. Here's the windup. Pitch is outside for ball one. Ball one and strike two. Grissom uses a screwball, and he has great control over it. All right, the 1-2 pitch. Outside. Again the screwball. That was ball two. Williams has one of the odd stances of baseball. He's always working up there, pulling at his shirt. Has a great pair of eyes. The 2-2 pitch. He swings and fouls it back into the upper deck. Ball two and strike two. Fans, of course, remember some of his great feats in All-Star competition, as well as regular season play. One of the game's great stars. Ball two and strike two with two out. Nobody on. Here's the windup. Grissom pitches, fouls into the dirt. Williams still alive. Musial has pulled all the way over into left center. In the American League, quite often they use what they refer to as the Williams shift, with the shortstop actually on the first base side of second, and this fellow's up. The 2-2 pitch. He swings and he misses. He struck him out. Williams goes down swinging. That's the second strikeout for Grissom. 3 up and 3 down for the American League. No runs, no hits, nothing across. And at the end of 7, the score, American League 8, National League 7. Say, you know what Brooklyn star Duke Snider says? For really smooth, easy shaves, no other razor can touch today's one-piece Gillette. I would be the last guy in the world to argue with Duke about that. Try today's Gillette and see why.
contest in the middle 3 innings. It looks like this is going to boil down to a fine pitcher's battle.
Well, things are going to be tough from here on out. Jimmy, you can bet your last bottom dollar on that. Pretty tough guy coming out to do some pitching here now for the American League Ball Club. That's Virgil Trucks, the North Birmingham. Virgil Trucks has won 12, has lost 5 this year in the American League. He's pitched 3 shutouts. Virgil Trucks has been one of the fine pitchers. He's an old double no-hitter in the American League. And actually this year he's pitched a 1-hitter, too, over the Detroit Tigers. That happened to Detroit on the 6th day of this month. Virgil Trucks almost had another no-hitter to join your very famous Bob Feller with 3 no-hitters. But Virgil Trucks coming out now has pitched a 1-hitter this year with a record of 12-5 on the year. 3 shutouts, so things could be pretty tough for those National League batters from here on out, Jim.
Absolutely, Al. Well, we still have plenty of action coming up. American League leading by a score of 8-7.
I know. I'm sorry, Jim. I just want to say I see that it's not going to be Trucks come out. It's going to be Keegan coming out to pitch for the Chicago White Sox. For the American League, the Chicago White Sox pitcher Nelson Clark's going to stand at second base, Jim.
All right, Al. The White Sox are well represented on the American League squad for this year. You know, one of the truly great stars of past All-Star competition and one of the game's greatest players is unable to be here today. Yogi Joe, the Yankee Clipper. A man who has thrilled thousands and thousands of baseball fans all over the world. Joe DiMaggio, out in San Francisco, probably hoping he would be here today. But according to his friend Bob Osborne of the Oakland Express, Joe was unable to make the trip for the All-Star Game this year. Business too pressing. All right, Bob Keegan is ready to work, and Randy Jackson leads off. Jackson, the third baseman, takes a strike to the outside corner knee high. Keegan into the windup. The pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 2. Keegan has posted a fine record with the White Sox this year. He's won 12 and lost 3. On to the count on Randy Jackson, representing the Chicago Cubs of the National League. Leading off here in the 8th, the pitch is low into the dirt. Fine stop by Berra. The count moves to ball 1 and strike 2. On deck is Willie Mays. I imagine a million thoughts are running through his mind as he waits to come up, probably hoping that Jackson gets aboard. Playing in his first All-Star game. Randy Jackson has been one of the standout players of the Chicago team this year, under Stan Hack. 1 and 2 count. Keegan checks his sign. Wants to read it again. And Jackson steps out to break the spell. Stan Hack, you know, moved up from Los Angeles to take over as manager of the Cubs this year. The 1 and 2 pitch is ball 2, inside. Just missed. Ball 2 and strike 2. The right-hander warming up for the National League at the present time is Dean Conley. Jackson has posted a batting average of .310 with the Cubs this season. The 2-2 pitch is ball 3, high and outside, and the string is out. Full count of 3 and 2 on the batter. Leo DeRocha pepping it up at third base. American League leading by a score of 8-7. We're in the first half of the 8th inning with nobody on. Jackson leading off, the count 3-2. All right, the payoff pitch. Delivered and swung on a ground ball past the pitcher to the shortstop. Fumbled momentarily by Karras. Kelly picks it up. The throw to first is inside. A beautiful recovery on the part of Chico Carrasquel. He was just on the verge of being charged with the first error of the ball game. But he recovered his own fumble and got Jackson at first on a wicked throw. That brings up Willie Mays, number 24. His first time up, he flies to left field. Ted Williams backing up to the fence to make the catch. It was a fine save by Carrasquel. Keegan's first pitch to Mays is ball 1 outside. 8-7, the American League lead. There have been 24 hits, 15 runs. Outfielders are on toward left Mays. The next pitch is fouled back to the screen for strike one. Ball one and strike one to count. Not so long ago, they were drawing a parallel between Willie Mays and Duke Snider. Arguments waged pro and con, but it's wonderful that both of them could make the All-Star team and both playing at the same time. Mays in center, Duke Snider in right. 1-1 to count with one out. The pitch is swung on and fouled down the right field line, curving back into the stands, out of play. Strike two. On deck is Roy Campanella. The American League looking for its first victory since 1949. National League has taken 4 in a row. Outfielders are deep and around toward left. Keegan rocks into the windup. The pitch is swung on. There's a line drive into center field. Mantle coming in, but he can't get it. Takes it on the hop. A sizzling line drive into center for Mays, his first All-Star hit. And it brings up number 39, Roy Campanella. Well, there have been 25 hits, and both teams now are just one short of tying the All-Star record of 26 hits made in 1937. Each team had 13 hits. Should Campanella come through, that would tie that record in identical fashion. American League has 13, the National 12. Mays on first with one out. Throw to first by Keegan. He works to first quite often with a base runner aboard. Mays is very fast, and Keegan wants to keep an eye on him. He represents the tying run with one out. Never throw to first. Rosen had to reach for it. Campanella has a walk and a single in 3 trips to the plate. Swings and misses the first pitch for strike one, and he was cutting for distance. Boy, if he'd have hit that one, he would have landed right out in Lake Erie. Strike one to count. No question of what he wanted. Mays leads away. In position, Keegan checks. The pitch is too low for ball one. Thought he had a strike there, but the umpire calls him. And those men in blue do a wonderful job. Umpires of the American and National Leagues. They are the All-Stars just as the players are. Representing the various teams, they represent the commissioner. Go to first by Keegan. Mays is back. The coach or a base runner likes to see that, though. Figure he'll throw it away, maybe. The next pitch, Campanella swings but misses. Strike two. Now Keegan's ahead of him. The count ball one and strike two. On deck, number 25, Gus Bell. Only one out. Campanella, though, is hoping to stay alive with a base hit. American League leading 8-7 over the National League. Mays on first with one out. The pitch is swinging a miss. He struck him out. 2 down. Well, that is the second strikeout for American League pitchers. One by Porterfield and one by Keegan. Gus Bell is the pinch hitter, number 25. Gus Bell batting for Marv Grissom. He is the number 3 hitter in the National League. Batting average .343. Hailing from Cincinnati. Cincinnati Redlegs under Bertie Pettit. 2 out, runner on first. The left-hand batter swings on the first pitch and fouls it down the left field line into the seats, out of play. Strike one. Now Berra walks out toward the pitcher's mound, wants to talk to Bob Keegan. Every time you pick up a sports page, you read where the Cincinnati Redlegs have been pounding the ball out of the lap. Bertie Pettit taking over as manager of the Cincinnati Ball Club after turning in a fine job at Indianapolis in the American Association last year. has been doing a great job with that ball club. And to Gabe Paul, one of baseball's fine personalities. Willie Mays is the base runner with 2 outs. He represents the tying run. Throw to first by Keegan to Rosen. Runner is back safely. On deck is Red Shane Deans. He'll come up if Bell can stay alive. Bell, the left-hand batter, hitting for the pitcher, Marv Grissom. Keegan's in position with a stretch. Checks the runner. The pitch is high and inside. Ball 1. Even up. 1-1. Gene Conley continues to warm up down in the bullpen for the National Leaguers. He's a right-hander. Hails from the Milwaukee Braves. American League leading by a score of 8-7. Outfield is around toward right for Bell. Up for his first time. Minoso back on the track. Mays is ready to travel. He'll go with the crack of the bat. There's a throw to first. A fast one by Keegan, but the runner is back safely. 1-1 the count. Mickey Mantle deep in right center. Bell, left-hand batter, crouched over the plate. The pitch is swung on, and there's a fly ball going deep out into right center. Mantle is racing back to the fence. That ball is going, and down for a home run. Has put the National League ahead by a score of 9-8. A home run over the right center field fence. With Willie Mays aboard, and the National League leads 9-8. This is now Marv Grissom's ball game. And they have tied the record of 26 hits by both teams. Red Shane Deans is the batter. Keegan's first pitch. Strike call to the inside corner waist high. Bell put a lot of work on that ball as he drove it over Mantle's head, just over the fence at the 380 mark. That's the second pinch hitter that has come through for Walt Alston, the National League manager. Here's the windup. The pitch is fouled back into the upper deck. Hit one of the steel girders. The count is strike 2. Red Shane Deans, the St. Louis Cardinals' flashy second baseman. Yes, we've really seen it today. And we wish each and every one of you fans who helped pick this All-Star team could be here. The next pitch is swung on. There's a pop line to short right field. Nellie Fox is racing back. Minnie Minoso is coming in, and it's Minoso. He drops the ball. He couldn't handle it. And Shane Deans races to second. Going to be a tough one for the official score to call. It is the first error of the ball game. It looked like Nelson Fox was going to make the catch, but Nellie at the last second was called off by Minoso, who kept shouting, "I've got it," and he couldn't handle it. It hit his glove and dropped to the ground. It's a 2-base error for Minoso, the first error of the game. Right now, that's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
WGN, the Chicago Tribune station, serving the Middle West.
And now back at Cleveland's huge municipal stadium. We're in the first half of the 8th inning with the National League leading by a score of 9-8. Alvin Dark is up with 2 outs. Shane Deans on second. The first pitch is fouled back into the stands. Out of play. We have really seen baseball here this afternoon. Almost 69,000 fans sitting in on today's hostilities. 17 runs, 26 hits. There's a runner on second with 2 out here in the top of the 8th. Keegan pitches. Dark takes strike 2, a fastball. Just about knee-high. Left-handed Dean Stone from the Washington Senators warming up down in the American League bullpen. Gene Conley has finished his warm-up throws and is ready for action.
in the last of the 8th. He will attempt to preserve this game for Marv Grissom. Outfielders are around toward left for Doc. The pitch is swung on a bounder down the third base line. Stays fair, and Boone attempts to make a play on St. Dean's, but he's safe at third. Boone attempted to make a play on St. Dean's to third. He would not have been able to get Dark at first base. He realized that. The ball was a high bounder, and Boone had to wait for it to come down. It's an infield hit for Alvin Dark, giving him his first hit in today's game. Runners on first and third. And here comes Casey Stengel out of the American League dugout, back to first. The batter is Duke Snider, the National League leading by a score of 9-8. That is the 14th hit for the National League. Well, it looks like Casey Stengel really has himself a problem right now.
That's right. He was going along pretty well with Porterfield and Derek Bobb. And got Nellie Fox in there to hit for him, and now he's going to have to take Keegan out of the ball game. And the left-hander, Dean Stone, down the bullpen, as you've already told the folks, is heated and just about ready to come into this ball game. And as it now stands, it's Keegan's ball game to lose. It's Marv Grissom's ball game to win. And, of course, as you also have already told the folks down in the bullpen, that Gene Conley is heated and ready now to take over for the National League. So Casey Stengel's taking out Bob Keegan and bringing on Dean Stone. Here in the 8th inning, 2/3 of the 8th inning is all that Keegan is able to pitch, and Casey Stengel is going to take him out of there. So, got quite a ball game cooking along here. 9-8 affair in favor of the National League in a game that seesawed back and forth to the delight of all the fans that have come in here to the Lakefront Stadium in Cleveland. And we're sincerely sorry, as we said early in the broadcast, that Chris Seeger isn't here with us. The old Gray Eagle, one of the fine stars of yesteryear, and now with the Cleveland organization, suffered a mild heart attack yesterday and is resting in the hospital very comfortably today, and we sincerely hope that he's enjoying the ball game, and well, doggone it, we'd just like to see Chris around. He's a real great guy, and we miss him.
Big Al, I'm awfully happy you brought that up, because I know that Chris would love to be here today. Folk, I don't believe, has ever missed one. And he loves baseball. And of course, as you know, and we all know, he was one of the game's great players. Speaking of people unable to be here, as you know, Ed Burns, the sports writer with the Chicago Tribune, is still in the hospital up in Boston. Ed is probably wishing he were here. All the other writers and the fans covering today's ball game.
We sure hope that he's listening in, too, and feeling much better.
Well, I'll bet you a buck that he's got his ear glued to that radio up there in Boston.
He's quite a sportsman. I know doggone well he has somewhere out there.
You got a kick out of Kenny Smith, the New York writer, down here preparing messages from all of the fellows gathered for the All-Star Game to send it up to Big Ed. We hope he's going to be all right soon. All right, Dean Stone is the new pitcher for the American League. A left-hander who has turned in a good record for Bucky Harris, the manager of the Washington Senators this year. Stone has won 7 and lost 2. This is his freshman year in the Major League. And Casey Stengel knows from watching this fella that he can do all right. He's whipped the Yankees a couple of times. Left-hand pitcher against left-hand batter. Duke Snider steps in. Runners on first and third with 2 outs. First pitch is too high, ball 1. Ball on the count. We're still in the first half of the 8th inning with the National League leading by a score of 9-8. Stone comes up with a stretch. He's a tall, lanky boy. Pitches a fastball, swing and a miss for strike 1. Snider was cutting for a little distance there. The pitch was up around the shoulders. It's interesting to watch the various sluggers to see what they like. Larry Doby, for instance, the Indians' great center fielder, loves a pitch low. The runner is trying to steal home. The throws coming in, and he's out. James Dean attempting to steal home. Is out. And now Alvin Dark, Leo DeRocha, and Johnny Grammer arguing that Stone balked. Oh, that Leo DeRocha is really mad. Look at him go. The manager of the New York Giants has picked up a handful of dirt, throws it away. Umpire Bill Stewart very calmly goes about his business of dusting off home plate. And now it's
Charlie Grimm gets into the act, and there are two of the greatest characters in baseball, Charlie Grimm and Leo DeRocha. But James East is out as he attempts to steal home from third. Pitch hit to the catcher, Campanella. Campanella was bowled over, but he was out. And the score going into the last half of the eighth inning. National League 9, American League 8. Slugging Hank Bauer of the New York Yankees says he figures 9 out of 10 big leaguers use Gillette razors. That's an awfully high percentage. And there's an awful lot of Gillette razors sold. People in the United States alone bought over 9 million last year. They went to brand new shavers, to older men who retired their trusty 3-piece Gillettes for today's handier 1-piece model, and to men who switch from other types of razors that can't give the clean-looking, refreshing shaves which have put Gillette so far out front, it's tough to name a runner-up. Gillette's steadily increasing popularity points up one thing. The way to get invigorating shaves that last for hours and hours is with shaving cream and a 1-piece Gillette razor. So ask for a Gillette Super Speed Razor, complete with Blue Blade dispenser and styrene travel case, $1. Into the last half of the eighth inning, we have some changes here. We forgot to give you the totals there in the eighth inning for the National League. 2 runs on 3 hits, and 1 man was left. There was also 1 error. The only error of the ball game thus far. And now, the changes. Smokey Burgess, number 21, is catching for the National Leaguers. Gene Conley is the pitcher, number 22. And at first base is number 14, Gil Hodges of the Brooklyn Dodgers. Smokey Burgess from the Philadelphia Phils, catching. Gene Conley, right-hander from the Milwaukee Braves. Gil Hodges, Brooklyn Dodgers at first. Conley has won 7 and lost 4. The big right-hander into the windup, pitches to Minoso. Ball one outside. Conley is one of the tallest men in baseball. And Minoso, the batter. Conley had a fine season last year with Toledo, moving him up to the parent club this year. There is ball 2, inside and low to Minoso. Ball 2, no strikes. Minoso has 2 singles and a walk and 4 trips to the plate. The National League leading by a score of 9-8. And a real thriller here at Cleveland for the 1954 All-Star Game. Outfield around to left. The next pitch is a strike call to the outside corner. Minoso attempted to make a poor target. Moved up into the batter's box, to the front of it. The rest of the lineup is the same. With Hodges at first base. A new battery, Conley pitching, and Burgess catching. Last half of the 8th. The 2-1 pitch swung on a ground ball to the shortstop. Down charges it. Taps it, the throw to first, and Minoso. The speed merchant is out. A fine play by Alvin Dowd. Very pretty play. 1 gone in the last of the 8th. We're getting a bench hitter, number 14, Larry Doby, batting for Dean Stone. You're wondering why he's batting for Stone. Stone was put in the number 2 spot when Fox came in to play second base in place of Bobby Avila. First pitch to Doby. Ball 1 high and outside. Doby leads the Cleveland Indians in runs batted in this year, and also in home runs with a total of 14. 1 out, nobody on. Next pitch, he swings and he misses. And a good ripple. 1 and strike 1. Virgil Trucks warming up for the American Leaguers. Doby crouched over the plate. Conley pitches. Doby swings and misses. Strike 2. 1 out. Nobody on. They play Doby strictly to pull. Second baseman back on the edge of the outfield grass, midway between first and second. Center fielder Mays well over into right center. Here's the windup. The pitch is swung on. There's a drive going deep out into left center. And that ball is over the fence for a home run. Doby coming through with a home run to tie it up, 9-9. That has tied the record for most home runs, 6 by both clubs, set in 1951 at Detroit. Mickey Mantle is the batter. Conley's first pitch to him. Ball one outside. One away. Mantle batting left again against right-hand pitching. Takes the strike. Better high pitch, right over. Well, it's Gene Conley's ball game to win or lose now. We're in the last half of the eighth with the score tied, 9-9. The next pitch, Mantle swings and misses, strike two. The boys are really slugging today. 28 hits, 6 home runs, 18 runs. The score deadlocked, 9-9. Conley's next pitch is too high for ball two. 2-2 count to even up. Conley checks his sign. In action, the windup. The pitch is ball three outside, and the string is out. Full count of 3-2 on the batter. Your fans can really settle back and realize you've done a great job in selecting today's All-Star team. The next pitch swung on and skidded over the grass, out over second base, into center field, a base hit. Hayes is up with it, the throw back to the infield, holds it to a single. Mantle is on first, and Larry Berra comes up. The American League and 2 for the National League. The score tied, 9-9. Now Rosen is hit 2. Ray Boone is hit 1. Larry Doby is hit 1 as a pinch hitter. First pitch to Berra. He fouls it down the left field line. Strike one. I'll always remember the words of George Twinkle Toes Selkirk when he was managing the Newark Bears in 1946. He said, this little fella, Yogi Berra, will swing at bad pitches and hit them better and farther than anybody. The next pitch is a strike. A beauty over the outside corner. I remember those days at the stadium there in Newark. The Newark Bears had such a great team. Yogi had hit him 2 feet over his head, line him over the fence for a home run. 0-2 count with a runner on first, 1 out. Mantle leads off the pitch. Ball one high and outside. Smokey Burgess, the catcher, had to go up for it. On deck is Al Rosen. Mantle coming through with the American League's 15th hit, his second of the game. The next pitch is fouled back into the stands, off to the left of the plate. Young fella in a loud checkered shirt. Made a fine catch. Count is ball one and strike two. Berra has a walk and a single in 4 trips, giving him 1 out of 3 officially. Outfielders are on to right. The pitch is swung on and fouled off to the right of the plate, coming back into the crowd. Smokey Burgess, the catcher, made a run for it, but no chance to get it. Another star of National League play of the past who would like to have been here and had planned for it but couldn't make it was a former Giant and Cub player, Big Hank Lieber, out in Arizona. So many of you would like to be here. The next pitch is swung on and fouled down the left field line. Out of play. Nobody will be able to get to it. They're playing Berra well around to right. Jackson started a run for it. So did Musial, but no chance for it. The count remains. Ball one and strike two.
Just back into the batter's box, holding that bat right down on the very end. 1 and 2. 1 out. The pitch is swung on. There's a pop fly going to short left center. Dodge is racing back, still going back. He can't get to it. Musial can't reach it. Then there for a base hit. Mantle moves to second. Now Rosen is coming up. The last half of the 8th inning. 1 out. Runners on first and second. The American League again battling back. Jim Wilson and Carl Erskine are working in the National League bullpen. Wilson of the Milwaukee Braves, Carl Erskine of the Brooklyn Dodgers. Al Rosen steps in. He has 5 runs batted in. 2 home runs and a single. Runners on first and second. Score tied, 9 and 9. Conley backs off the rubber. Now back in position. The pitch to Rosen is ball 1 inside and low. Count. Runners are ready to move. 1 out. The next pitch, ball 2, high and inside. Conley working very cautiously against the American League slugger. Rosen started off as if he were going to tear American League pitching apart this year, but then came up with an injury on his right hand. Next pitch is too high for ball 3. 3 and no count. And now, you fans who chose the All-Star teams of 1954, were you the manager? 1 out, runners on first and second. Would you let him go? I'll hope for that walk. Move that runner over to third, where he'd be in scoring position on a fly ball. Ray Boone is on deck. We're in the last half of the 8th inning with the score tied, 9 and 9. Willie Mays pulled over into left center, deep. The pitch is a strike. Right in there, the old catch-up pitch. Count moves to ball 3 and strike 1. 3 and 1 the count. Berra is on first. Mickey Mantle on second. Berra being coached off by Freddie Hutchinson. Marty Marion shouting out to Mantle. The pitch is strike 2. And the string is out. Full count of 3 and 2. And now it boils down to that battle between pitcher and batter, which after all is the basis of the great game of baseball. The never-ending battle that goes on between pitcher and batter. Here's the stretch. The payoff pitch, the runners are moving. It's ball 4. Inside and low, he walked him. The bases are loaded. Mantle moves to third. Berra takes over at second. And Ray Boone was due, but we're getting a pinch hitter. And here comes Walt Alston out of the National League dugout, taking the slow, long walk out to the pitcher's mound. And Mickey Vernon is coming out of the American League dugout as a pinch hitter for Boone. Al, have you ever seen such an opportunity for opposing managers to work with the strategy?
Well, that's absolutely right, Jimmy. I haven't seen the opportunity presented before, but it certainly has been presented here this afternoon, and we've had 2 pinch hit home runs. We have no record of pinch hit home runs in the All-Star play. But here's a guy coming up the plate who can tag that long one for you, Mickey Vernon, who's coming up, as you said, to bat for Ray Boone. Now, there's only conjecture on our part, but wouldn't be a bit surprised if Mickey Vernon would stay right in there to play at first base, and they'll move Flip Rosen over from first over to third, because after all, Rosen has been playing third, hasn't he? Now we're going to have, I believe Carl Erskine is going to come on to take over on the mound for the National League and relieve Gene Conley. So you'll have some changes there, Jimmy.
Yes, Al, as you say, more than likely Single will have Vernon play first base and Rosen will move to third base. He was chosen as the first baseman for the American League All-Star game by the fans of America. A fine tribute to a fine ball player who last year was voted the most valuable player in the American League by unanimous vote on the part of the baseball writers. And then he was called upon to switch to first base. He did so,
for a while. Now has moved back to his position at third in the regular season. He'll probably go to the hot corner in the ninth inning. Carl Erskine, number 17, right-hander from the Brooklyn Dodgers, is the new pitcher. Erskine and Smokey Burgess, the catcher, have a little conference out there. Seems sort of strange to see these fellas in different uniforms gathering for conferences, working out strategy, plan of attack, plan of defense. And during the regular season, they battle one another tooth and nail. Many of them personal friends. But as so many of the great competitors will tell you, once the bell rings and that ball game gets underway, and you're wearing a different uniform, we're not friends. Carl Erskine, he has won 10 and lost 8 as a member of the Dodgers this year. He comes into a very difficult situation with the bases loaded and only one out. Taking his warm-up throws, and Mickey Brennan, wearing number 3, from the Washington Senators, stands off to the first base out of the plate, trying to get a line on this fella. A ball game jammed with excitement. Beautiful defensive plays, fine catches, great base running, and as most fans like it, a lot of scoring and a lot of hitting. All right, Burgess again goes out to the mound for a final conference with Carl Erskine. Conley started this inning, got the first man to face him, then gave up a home run to Larry Doby, the tied up the ball game. Mantle and Berra singled, Rosen walked. The bases are loaded, the infield is drawn in. They'll attempt to close the door on this runner. The wind-up, and the first pitch to Brennan is ball one high and outside. Carl Erskine, fine right-hander from the Brooklyn Dodgers, in a tough spot. The base is loaded. Mantle, fast man on third. The pitch is ball 2, low into the dirt. Ball 2, no strikes. The score is tied. The American League right now has the upper hand. With only one out, the base is loaded. Mantle, Berra, and Rosen are ready to ride. Erskine into the windup. The 2-0 pitch is fouled off to the right. Came on with a changeup. Brennan just got a piece of it on the end of his bat. Brennan was the American League batting champion of last year. Always dangerous, ever a threat up there at the plate. As fancy a fielding first baseman as you'll find in the game, anywhere. Currently batting .309 in the American League campaign. Off to a bad start, he's come along very fast to pick it up to .309 at the All-Star low. Here's the windup for the 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Erskine fed him one in under the hand. Ball 2, strike 2. The next pitch, fouled back to the screen. Brennan got a piece of it to stay alive. A tense moment, Erskine is really bearing down. On deck is Nelson Fox. The second baseman is the only member of the infield not in tight. He's playing back in case of a ground ball. Might be good for a double play. The 2-2 pitch is low into the dirt. Almost got away from the catcher. Hit the umpire's foot and rolled dead there. Ball 3. Hit the umpire, and that's a good save for Erskine and Smokey Burgess. The string is out. Full count on the batter.
That was a good break for Erskine. That pitch was low into the dirt. Got past the catcher, but hit the umpire's foot. 3-2 count. Here's the windup. The runner's edge off. One out. The pitch. Strike three called. A fastball from the outside corner. Vernon is called out on strike. Boy, Erskine really sneaked a fast one by. 2 gone. Well, you can always say that was a great stunt there, but there's still one more just as tough to come. Nelson Fox. Fox struck out his first time up. Right now he has a chance to put the American League in front, but the fly ball will not do it anymore. It'll have to be a base hit. No dead there. Ball 3. Hit the umpire, and that's a good save for Erskine and Smokey Burgess. The string is out. Full count on the batter. That was a good break for Erskine. That pitch was low into the dirt. Got past the catcher, but hit the umpire's foot. 3-2 count. Here's the windup. The runner's edge off. One out. The pitch. Strike 3 called. A fastball from the outside corner. Vernon is called out on strike. Erskine really sneaked the fast one by. 2 gone. Well, you can always say that was a great stunt there, but there's still one more just as tough to come. Nelson Fox. Fox struck out his first time up. Right now he has a chance to put the American League in front, but the fly ball will not do it anymore. It'll have to be a base hit or something that gives Fox the life at first base. Berra, a base on balls. Erskine into the windup. The first pitch, a foul back to the screen. Strike 1. Mantle is on third. Berra on second. Rosen on first. Alston has again moved his center fielder, Willie Mays, in shallow toward left center. Musial playing straight away and not deep in left. Big Snider, the Dodgers All-Star, straight away in right, and fairly deep. Erskine pumps into action. The pitch is swung on. There's the looper going out over second base, and South on the third, knocking off the base hit. 2 runs will score. Mantle scores easily, and Berra raised again. Looping fly ball that was just out of the reach of Alvin Dodd. He raced for it, almost got to it. A handle hit for Nelson Fox. And 2 runs come home. Mantle and Berra scored. Rosen stopped at second. And Fox is on first. Well, it was... The 2 runs are charged to Gene Conley. And, of course, they go to the credit on the winning side to Bob Keegan. Excuse me, Al, you're right. Dean Stone, the left-hander, was the last pitcher in there. Shell is up now. Erskine's first pitch turn to call 1 high. The score, American League 11, National League 9. As 2 runs come on. After Doby had started up. So here's home run. Rosen on second. Fox is on first. Here's the stretch by Erskine. The pitch is high. Ball 2. Ball 2, no strike. And the last of the 8th. National League was leading, but 3 runs home for the American League puts them in front. They have 17 hits. 14 for the National League. Outfielders around toward left for Carrasquel. He has 1 hit. Swings on the next one. Foul tips it into the dirt. Ball 2 and strike 1. Carrasquel led off with a single in the 4th inning and scored. He has struck out twice and grounded out 1.
Virgil Trucks has finished his warm-up throws down in the bullpen. Will come on for the American League in the ninth inning. The 2-1 pitch with 2 outs. Ball 3 too high. Ball 3, strike 1. On deck is Ted Williams. The count 3-1 on Carrasquel. Erskine will try not to lose this right-hand batter. In position, he checks back to the runner on second. Pitches the strike. Got a high right over. Full count is 3-2. And now with 2 outs, the runners will be moving with the pitch. American League is leading by a score of 11-9. Erskine is ready. There go the runners. The pitch is swung on and popped up to the left side of the infield. Alvin Dodge. Hendricks shading his eyes. He makes the catch for the out that retires the side. But the damage has been done there as the American Leaguers come home with 3 runs on a total of 4 hits. There was 1 base on balls and 2 men left. The score at the end of 8 innings, American League 11, National League 9. For fast, easy shaves you can count on to make you look good and feel refreshed. Soften your beard with shaving cream and skim it off with today's one-piece Gillette razor. Now, while we're waiting for the National Leaguers to come up in the 9th inning, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
WGN, the Chicago Tribune station, serving the Middle West.
And our fans back at Municipal Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The 1954 All-Star Game, moving into the first half of the 9th inning. Quite a few changes in the American League lineup, defensive arrays. We have number 25, Irv Norrin of the New York Yankees in left field. Number 14, Larry Doby of the Cleveland Indians in center field. Number 37, Jim Pearsall of the Boston Red Sox in right field. Number 7, Al Rosen, now moves over to play third base. And number 3, Mickey Brennan, takes over at first base. The new pitcher is number 11, Virgil Trucks of the Chicago White Sox. Trucks is one of the top pitchers of the American League. He has won 12 and lost 5 for the White Sox this year. His 12th victory coming Sunday as the White Sox swept a doubleheader from the Cleveland Indians. Well, the National League makes its last stand as Duke Snider leads off, needing 2 runs to tie. First pitch by Trucks to Snider is ball 1, high and outside. Doby in center, Pearsall in right, Irv Norrin in left. New outfield. The next pitch, ball 2, outside and a bit low. Trucks kicks a little dust up out there, disappointed on his inability to get that ball where he wanted it. Ball 2, no strike. He perspires freely, and often on a hot day, he's going through a lot of motions, wiping the sweat from his face and on. The 2-0 pitch for a beauty right over it. Strike called. Break time was on. The National Leaguers need to get men on base. On deck is Stan Musial. Still some rough batters coming up for the National League. Men capable of doing it. Snider leading off. Musial on deck. Ted Krzyzewski waiting to come out. Here's the windup. The 2-1 pitch is high for ball 3. Sally Grimm coaching at first base, Leo DeRocha at third base, going through a few of the antics that have made them famous on the coaching path. DeRocha stalks back and forth. The 3-1 pitch coming up for a strike, and the string is out. Full count of 3-2. 11-9 ball game with the American League on top. Trucks goes to the Rosen bag. The outfield is deep and well around to right. The old saying is so true. The ball game is never over until the last man is out. The wind up to the payoff pitch. Delivered for ball four. Out flat and low. Snider working for a walk. And the stage is set. Number 33, Bob Curley, is warming up for the American Leaguers down the first baseline. He suffered an injury during batting practice today when he ran into the fence in the outfield and suffered a minor cut near his eye. It's perfectly all right. Just one of those little unfortunate incidents. Dan Musial is up. Dan the man, pride and joy of Sonora, Pennsylvania. He has 2 hits out of 4 trips to the plate. Nobody out in the first half of the 9th inning. Snider, the base runner. He walks. First pitch is down, and there's a foul. Far down the right field line. Musial came out slugging. He ripped one a country mile into the seats, but foul. Some fan way out there standing up waving a handkerchief. 20 runs across the plate. 11 for the American League, 9 for the National League. 31 hits. 17 for the American Leaguers, 14 for the National League. Truck comes up in position. Takes the runner. The pitch is high and inside. Ball 1. Even count. Ball 1, strike 1. On deck is Gil Hodges, who took over at first base for Ted Krasuski. There's the stretch. The pitch is again fouled far down the right field line, back into the stand. Foul, strike 2. Now, Barry Powell, the American League catcher, figures he's better walk out toward the pitcher. Still a little time here. But I trust to get his best, and the fans too, for that matter. Musial has them right on the edge of their seat. Ball 1, works to the bounce. Musial deep in the batter's box. Bounced over the plate. He watches the pitcher every second. Snider leads out. The pitch is fouled into the dirt. Rolls back to the left of the plate. Musial, like Ted Williams, is a great study in batting form. You can have a movie of his action, and in particular his eyes. He never takes his eyes off the pitcher or that ball as it nears the plate. So if you will, Mike. Be in his particular strike zone. Ball 1, strike 2 the count. Nobody out in the first half of the 9th inning. American League leading by a score of 11-9. Duke Snider. Got a walk, is on first. Here's the catch. The next pitch is swung on a hard smash off of Brendan Trout. He raises, picks it up, and gets to the bag ahead of Musial for out number 1. Almost got past him, but he blocked it, knocked it down, recovered in time to get Musial for the first out. Snider moved to second on the play. That brings up Gil Hodges, right-hand batter, first baseman. Musial grounding out, Vernon unassisted. There's a lucky break for Vernon and the American Leaguers as the ball dropped dead as it hit his glove and his arm, bounced up his arm. That had rolled away from him any distance. Musial might have been able to beat it out. One away as Gil Hodges comes up. In previous All-Star games, that's a fine record, fine average, 333. Takes a strike call to the outside corner. Gil Hodges of the Brooklyn Dodgers. First half of the 9th inning, the American League leading by a score of 11-9. One out. Snider on second. Hodges represents the tying run of the game. There's the pitch, swung on and popped up to the right side of the infield. Nelson Fox backing up on the edge of the grass, makes the catch, 2 gone. Leaguers needing 2 runs to tie. First half of the 9th inning with 2 outs. Doby is pulled well over into left center now. 2-1 the count. Shucks is ready. The pitch is ball 3, outside and low. He's trying to get Jackson to go for the slider. A breaking ball away from a right-hand batter. Jackson, with a good eye, has taken it both times. The count is ball 3, strike 1. Shucks is up in position. Stretch back to the runner. The pitch is strike 2 call to the inside corner. Jackson, hoping to make a poor target, moved up on the pitch. It was over the plate. Got the inside corner. Across the letters. 3-2. The string is out. Full count. Just one big one left for both batter and pitcher. Shucks is ready for the big one as he reads a sign from Yogi Berra. This is the pitch that could keep the National Leaguers alive or send them down to defeat. The pitch is swung on and popped up foul off to the right of the plate. Yogi Berra moving back. Now the screen is under it, and he has it. The ball game is over. Jackson fouled out to the catcher. In the 9th inning for the National Leaguers, no runs, no hits, 1 walk, and 1 left. And the final score of a truly great and thrilling ball game here at Cleveland's Municipal Stadium. The American League winning by a score of 11-9. The American League had 11 runs, 17 hits, 1 error. The National League, 9 runs, 14 hits, no errors. In just a moment, we'll review the highlights of the game for you. Joining you at Cleveland's Huge Municipal Stadium. The ball game is over. The American Leaguers have won it. And the fans, almost 69,000 of them, are making their way out from the ballpark. So they've certainly seen a thriller here this afternoon. A total of 20 runs, 31 hits, and a dozen pitches. It's been a real pleasure to have appeared on this mutual broadcast, my first, incidentally. And so you know that it's truly been a great thrill to sit up here and work alongside Al Helfer. I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. It's been a great ball game, and we hope you've enjoyed it. And now, here is Al Helfer. Al?
All right, Jim, and thanks for a very fine job. The final score, once again, 11-9 in favor of the American League over the National League as they get back to winning ways. 6 home runs struck here this afternoon, 4 by the American League and 2 by the National League. The home run hitters, Al Rosen had a pair and drove in 5 runs here this afternoon for the American League. Doby had a pinch hit home run, and Ray Boone had a home run for the American Leaguers in the 3rd inning. As far as home runs are concerned, Ted Brzezinski hit one for the National League in the 5th, and Gus Bell a pinch hit home run for the National Leaguers in the 8th inning. So home runs played a vital part, as was expected here in this ball game. And the final total was 11 runs, 17 hits, 1 error, 9 men left on here for the American League. And for the National League, 9 runs, 14 hits, no errors, 5 men left on. There were a parade of 6 pitchers used by Walter Austin and the National League this afternoon, with Connolly coming on to pitch 1/3 of an inning, being the loser. And the freshman losing his first time in appearing in the All-Star Classic. As far as the American League is concerned, the oddity is that another rookie won the ball game this afternoon, Dean Stahl of the Washington Nationals. So 2 rookies figured in the won and loss column as far as the records are concerned for this day, the 21st annual playing of the Midsummer Classic Baseball's All-Star Game. It was a fine game all the way. Everyone here particularly enjoying what they saw on the field this afternoon. It's been a particular thrill for both Jimmy W. and me to have worked the ball game this afternoon. We sincerely hope that you around the country and around the world have enjoyed the account which has come to you. And this broadcast was authorized under the broadcasting rights granted by the Commissioner of Baseball solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. And any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express consent of the Commissioner is strictly prohibited. And so, fans, as many records were tied and broken here this afternoon, another great All-Star game goes into the record books. Remember, the Gillette Cavalcade of Sports is on television every Friday night. Also, on August 20th, Gillette presents a 15-round match between Rocky Castellani and Carl Bobo Olsen for the middleweight championship of the world. And 2 weeks later, that's September 3rd, Gillette resumes its regular Friday night boxing broadcasts on radio and television from New York. And now, before we close down the curtain here on the All-Star Games in Cleveland, we should like to thank Jim Egan and John Haas, our engineers from our mutual affiliate here in Cleveland, WHK, our statistician in the booth this afternoon, Mr. Frank Zuzolo, and the broadcast came to you from Cleveland over the Mutual Network.
under the supervision and direction of Mutual's Director of Sports, Mr. Paul Jones. And now, everybody, this is Al Helfer saying smooth sailing, smooth shaving, and good afternoon for your radio host, the Gillette Safety Razor Company.